Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
A new opponent wanders its way into the friendly confines of Duncan Field as the Hastings Sodbusters tonight will welcome for the first time this summer season the Bison Baseball Club. They are one of the travel-only teams here in the Independence League as they are still looking for their first win of the summer season, but they're a team that we Sodbusters saw last year, and they got a win over. The Bison beat the Sodbusters last year in a brief two-game set in Grand Island. That was at Ryder Park, part of the Sodbusters' yearly Grand Island escapade, which will not be happening this year. And as you can see on your screen right now, that is the Sodbusters' unofficial mascot. Hank is on the loose in center field. If you remember from last year, he took a joyride across the entire outfield towards the end of the season, and somebody let the leash go on him, but he has been captured by one of the players. Well, tonight here it is our third game in 7 straight days. The Hastings Sodbusters, a team that's going to be very busy as they end their next couple weeks of play. Sodbusters have a 3-game set against the Bison team, who come into tonight's game at 0-12, but they played some tough competition, and they've got some dudes on their team. Excited to see how they perform in this one tonight. Part of our pregame show, we'll have our daily Sodbuster Spotlight, which today it is Steve Stein visiting with right-handed pitcher Austin Raines. Those two have a connection. We'll let Steve tell you about that when we return. Our latest Sodbuster Spotlight is on our pregame show next, as Hank's getting all of his energy out now. He'll be sleeping like a log tonight. Our Sodbuster Spotlight is after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It is a Sodbuster Spotlight. We get a chance to hear from Austin Raines, one of the pitchers for the Hastings Sodbusters. Austin, tell us about your background, your home high school, and how you got to be a Sodbuster.
In high school, I played at Galveston Ball High School, and then last year I committed to Dodge City Community College, and my college coach had, I think, coached here in the past and kind of sent me here.
Pretty cool that you're now in Nebraska. Tell us about your hometown, Galveston, pretty big community, and tell us a bit about the high school and level of competition you played when you were in high school.
The competition there was actually really good. Houston, it's just tons of good players everywhere. Galveston, it was a great place to play. Like, you're always against the top competition. So I actually grew up in Big Spring, Texas, where the competition wasn't as good, and we kind of moved there so I could kind of get, better competition and also better academics to prepare myself for college.
Talk with Austin Raines. He's been a very reliable starter for this Hastings Sodbuster team. The chance to face college-level hitting as a pitcher. Tell us a bit about that opportunity coming here to Hastings.
It's really cool, to be around guys, especially who have been in college, and then, of course, playing guys who are in college already. And especially whenever you do good against them, it kind of gives you more confidence and makes you feel more prepared for the next couple years ahead. I feel like I've been able to really grow a lot this past summer and in high school. And I think it's going to prepare me more for the next couple years.
When things are maybe falling apart behind you, a couple errors committed, it seems like you have the same demeanor. Talk a bit about that aspect to maintain your focus mentally, maybe when it's not going perfectly.
Yeah, in high school, I had a team that really struggled defensively, and so previously, I've struggled with letting that get to me, but I've learned, and my parents have always been on me, to control what you can control and focus on the batter. Focus on the next play, don't focus on the past.
We're talking with Austin Raines, decided to go to Dodge City Community College. What were some of your other options coming out of high school in Galveston?
Really, there was tons of JUCOs in Texas. I've talked to a couple D2s, but I didn't have a ton of options. Just a few JUCO options here and there.
In the Jayhawk West, they send a lot of guys to D1. Was that kind of an allure to go play in that Jayhawk West and the Jayhawk Conference overall in the state of Kansas?
For sure, especially great competition. And the new coaching staff, I'd talked to them a few times and I'd really liked them. And I felt like they would be able to help me prepare and get better and progress as a pitcher to maybe send me D1 in 1 or 2 years.
As you came into this particular team, is there a specific thing you were looking to improve on? The control, the velocity? What were you trying to get out of this summer here with the Hastings Sodbusters?
Not one thing, just kind of prepare myself for college. I knew it was going to be a lot of good competition, guys who had been in college. And then I've always wanted to work on velocity as well. And then limiting the walks has been another big focus. Trying to attack hitters, stay ahead, and then even when I do walk a batter, not let that affect the next batter.
It seems like you've been pretty good, 4 or 5 innings. Were you a starter in high school? What are your plans in college? Did they want to convert you to a reliever? Would you like to lengthen out a little bit? Tell us a bit about that aspect and what you'd like to see yourself doing or what you're more comfortable with.
I've always been a starter in high school. I was throwing 100-plus pitches a week. In college, I have no idea how they'll use me, and I'm sure that'll get figured out once I get down there. But I would prefer to stay a starter, but obviously whatever helps the team is what I'll be good with.
Is it fun down the stretch? You guys are right in the hunt for the playoffs. Does it mean more here in the final couple of weeks when every start's pretty big?
It really does, especially, every game means the same, but when you're coming down to the end and you're fighting for a playoff spot, the games really, it seems like they matter more. Teams are more into it. Everyone's, fighting for that last spot, and I feel like we're really close and have a good chance.
What about the chemistry on this team? Tell us a bit about, are you pretty tight with the guys?
Yeah, it seems like all the guys here are really cool, and I feel like since the day I got here, everyone's been really connected, and everyone works together. Everyone wants to win. You'll see guys, out at the Y, working out. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to be here. It's just a really good mix of guys.
You're from Texas. There's Michigan guys. There's a Canadian, a lot of Nebraskans. Is that fun to get to know guys from other parts of the country? And have you had a chance to do that before? Or is this kind of new for you?
It is kind of new. I've pretty much only known mainly Texas guys. But yeah, it is really cool to see where other players have came from and how their journey has been, how they've gotten here. And it's a cool experience to know guys from all over the country and even out of the country.
Now, you live in the Houston area now. Astros fan? Do you follow a major league team? Is there time to even think about that?
I'm not an Astros fan. I'm a Rangers fan. Max Scherzer has always been my favorite pitcher. So I didn't follow him to the Blue Jays, but he's always been my guy. I like the Rangers, so.
Very cool. Academically, you're going to have to start figuring that out as well. Tell us a bit about what you like to study in high school and what you're hoping to get through there at Dodge City Community College this first couple of years.
I've always been a 4.0 student. Not necessarily my favorite, but I've always been really good at math, so plan on studying something in the math field, maybe analytics, statistics, something of that nature, but not fully decided as of right now.
You can do a lot of things with math. You can teach, you can do the stats thing. See, math teacher and coach, is that a possibility so you can stay around baseball?
Yeah, obviously I want to be around baseball and just sports in general for as long as I can, so everything else is just a backup plan at this point. So,
and the analytics side of it, I mean, that's so much of baseball is about the numbers. Is that kind of a cool aspect of maybe studying the baseball side of it?
Yeah, that's kind of one way I've looked at, keeping me kind of combining math and baseball at the same time so where I can still enjoy the game and do what I'm good at.
Austin Raines, he is a Texan, going to head to Dodge City Community College, and happy to have him in Hastings. That's our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Welcome on this overcast Wednesday evening to historic Duncan Field in central Nebraska in the city of Hastings. Watching the Sodbusters YouTube network. How do you do? Ryan Valenta. We're with Steve Stein. Mason Hinrichs, our producer. Noah Pagel, Connor Christensen helping us run the show tonight. The first of a 3-game series between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Bison Baseball Club. They are just the Bison. They are a travel-only squad, so don't have a name similar to the Plainsmen, the other travel-only squad that started their season a few weeks ago and ended it last week. But now it is the Bison, one of the 2 travel teams left in the Independence League. Of course, it's the Nebraska Prospects as well. About 72 degrees here at Duncan Field, and winds in the teens here. Looks like the wind is blowing a little bit inside the walls here at Duncan, as it usually does. Now, the 2 teams that look to go for a Wednesday night win. For the Hastings Sodbusters, they were victorious last night over the Nebraska Prospects to complete a 2-game sweep. They won 13-5 for their 3rd straight win. Offense had 10 hits. They were walked 8 times. 4 of those hits were extra base hits. They were hit 3 times by a pitch, and they stole 5 bases. Ethan Marshall got the win, even though he allowed 5 runs in 6 innings pitched. The Sodbusters slowly but surely got to the bullpen at the end, and they kept the pressure on pretty much all throughout the game. Then they got the win 13-5, so now they are at a record of 23-16, and it is still anybody's game in the second half standings for the Independence League second half championship title to face the Spearfish Sasquatch. It is Owyhee and Fremont and Casper, all very similar records. Right now at the second half, it's Owyhee at 10-5, Fremont at 10-6, Casper at 9-5, Spearfish at 8-3, and Hastings at 7-4. Those are the eligible teams that can make the playoffs. And you look at the Owyhee team, they've slowly and surely they've been coming to life here in the second half. They finished well below the 500 mark. So right now for the Hastings Sodbusters, overall in the second half league standings, or the total Independence League standings, they're sitting in 3rd place, 2 games behind Casper for 2nd, and 4.5 games behind Spearfish for 1st place. Fremont, the next closest, 3 games behind the Hastings Sodbusters. But it is Owyhee and Fremont and Casper, all with better records than Hastings right now, but there are still plenty of games left to be played. 3 versus the Bison, 2 against the Moo on the weekend, and then the 4-game series against the Prospects next week, and close it out with 2 games against the Oahe Zap. We are in a long stretch of games. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein ahead of tonight's first pitch. Steve, got to build on the momentum tonight, and we talked about this Bison team. They came ready to play last year against the Sodbusters. They beat them in that first game, and the Sodbusters probably should have lost that second game too. So a team that, yes, even though they have some different players than last year, you don't want to take them for granted.
No way. And they are a team that's fully motivated. They've had 3 one-run losses. Fell to Oahe back on July 6th, 4-3. They lost at Spearfish 8-7. Lost at Fremont to begin the second game of that 4-game series, 5-4. And yesterday they had a 5-4 lead late, but gave up 3 runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th, and lost 10-6. So they've certainly proven that they can play 7 or 8 innings, but just can't quite finish the deal, and they'd love to come here and have an opportunity to get a win. Just visiting with a few of the players. Of course, this is an epic facility, and they were excited to play here. I talked to a couple of the Penn State Shenango guys, and they were, so this is such a cool field, and really excited to have an opportunity, because I kind of wondered, okay, you're past the 2/3 point of their season. It's 18 games in 19 days. They're not like the Plainsmen. Plainsmen had a few built-in days off. They are just go from one place to the next and just the one off day. And so they are in their 5th of 10 days in a row playing like a Sodbusters. But keep in mind, these guys are all on the road, so it's got to be wearing on them a little bit. But they seem upbeat. They were having fun beforehand. And right now, I think they're just still loving life because they get to play baseball, and it's 70-some degrees in July. They're going to come out fired up. It's going to be a fun day.
This is, and like you said, the weather here perfect for a night of July baseball, believe it or not. But the Bison baseball team, they're not too heavy on the roster. And their scorecard, they've got 14 eligible players listed, and they're even stretching to the lengths of having their pitcher also be the designated hitter tonight as well. So it is going to be a stretch for the Bison team that has lost 12 straight games to open up their season. And like Steve mentioned, it is go, go, go for them. They have already had their one and only off day, which was last Friday. And they will play for the next 3 nights here against the Hastings Sodbusters. Bison lost 4 games against Oahe to start the season, where they were outscored 40 runs to 11. They were 0-4 against Spearfish, where they were outscored 46-18. And they most recently lost all 4 games against Fremont, where they were outscored 38-10. But the numbers may not speak for themselves unless you do the little bit of digging like we did. Like we said, 3 one-run losses and a total of 4 games this season where the Bison have held a lead at one point. For example, that one Spearfish game that Steve was talking about, the 8-7 loss. The Bison, they put up 6 runs in the first inning, but they couldn't keep the offense going throughout the season or the game. They ended up falling 8-7 the score, so they will have their 3 games versus the Sodbusters, and then they will go on their merry way out to play Spearfish. They'll play Casper and Spearfish, 2 games against Casper and 1 against Spearfish to end the season. Let's introduce tonight's starting lineups now before we get things started here at Duncan Field. And it's going to be for the Bison baseball team, Rhett Rogers to lead things off. He'll be the second baseman. Louis Coca is the third baseman and batting second. Jaden Santiago will bat third and be the catcher. Cole Barta, the cleanup hitter, as the left fielder. Josh Day, the right fielder. Curtis Lindsay, the center fielder. Remington Hart, the first baseman. Talon Field, the shortstop. And then Sam Bez will be the combination of a pitcher and designated hitter tonight. And they're under the direction of a player coach, Trey Martin. He is from Kentucky Christian. He's a redshirt junior. He is a pitcher on the team and also the head coach. They don't have an official head coach, so similar to the Hastings Sodbusters, their coach has played in a couple of games. That is how the Bison baseball team is led. They do not have an assistant coach, so we'll see who plays or coaches at first base. Now for the Hastings Sodbusters, it's Drew Vega to lead things off and play second base, followed by Jet Hannaford in center field, Jackson Crane, the designated hitter, Cale Jensen, the left fielder, then Tyler Welsh will play first base today, Jude Greaves get his first start this week in as the catcher position. Zane Wilson will take over in right field after being the first baseman last night. Then Chase Miller back in at shortstop in the 8th spot, and Joey Hecker at third base. Adam DeBoer, the Beatrice native and Sodbuster returner, is set to make his first Sodbuster start of the season. It'll be his third appearance, and he will make the start for the Hastings Sodbusters tonight. Josh Printer is the head coach. Corey Caranda, Andy Chase, the assistant coaches for the Hastings Sodbusters, as they will look to go for win number 24 tonight and extend their winning streak to 4 games. Every game matters from now until the end of the season, because the Sodbusters still have plenty of ground to make up in the second half of the Independence League standings if they want to be. Steve, we talked about momentum builder last night, had a great momentum game last night, and I think just keeping the foot on the gas is going to be the biggest key for them tonight.
Yep, just keep on keeping on. And this Sodbuster team, it's not like they're 10 games out of first place, but there are 4 teams between them and first place. I mean, everybody's got almost the same record, and there's very little room for error because some of those teams above you are going to win. Now, the good news is some of those teams above you are going to play one another, so they're going to lose. But if you keep on winning, I don't say you quite control your own destiny, but I think you probably do. I haven't done the full math on it, but I think if you win them all, you're probably going to win the second half just because other teams are going to be playing each other, and you're kind of hoping Spearfish maybe just wins out because they're going to hand a lot of losses to teams like Casper, Oahe, and teams in front of the Sodbusters at this point. But they're right there. Just got to come out and really not pay attention to who the opponent is. Just play your game and see how it goes.
Yeah, the final 9 games of Casper's season, they will play Spearfish 8 times, actually at 10 games. So they're going to play the Bison twice, and then the next 8 games will be against Spearfish.
Wow.
Going to go down tonight for tonight's national anthem, and we'll tell you more after this. And let's play ball at Duncan Field. Our first of a 3-game series against the Bison. Formerly, there used to be a team in the league, the Gem City Bison, and I believe we're out of Laramie, Wyoming. So they're not out of there anymore. Again, they're travel-only squad, but much like the Plainsmen, who were originally from North Platte, the Bison team will look to go for their first win tonight, and they will be tasked with starting off facing Adam DeBoer, the Beatrice native, previously at Southeast Community College, but most recently at East Central Missouri University. Will be on for the 3rd time this season, and it'll be his first start. DeBoer, in his 2 previous relief appearances, an inning each, so 2 total innings. He's only given up 1 hit and a walk. Otherwise, it has been all business for Mr. DeBoer. He's had a nice season so far, and a Sodbuster returner. He pitched 18 1/3 for the Sodbusters last year, had an ERA of 4.91, where he gave up a total of 15 runs in 18 innings, but his numbers have looked really good, and his spring numbers are really good as well. 5-2 record, a 3.81 ERA in 49 2/3 innings, and most recently he signed with Texas A&M Kingsville, an NCAA Division II university. DeBoer, he doesn't blow you away with the velocity, but he's got some pretty good movement on his pitches, and expect to for him to use that against the Bison tonight. So it's Adam DeBoer getting the start after Ethan Marshall and Marcus Miller have worked previous days, and we've been shown, there's kind of a pitching plan, as if you had your way, the Sodbusters almost have their pitching rotation or plans scheduled for the rest of the season. But that's obviously all not going to go to plan every night. Some starters may struggle, but so far it's been pretty good for the starters. Both starters have reached at least the 6th inning in the past 2 nights. Adam DeBoer made a few starts for the Sodbusters last year, but mainly out of the bullpen. In his first year back in 2023, he was mainly a starter. Remember, he struggled pretty heavily with command, but it's getting better with age. It's all it takes is some repetitions. And Adam DeBoer also taking some time off because learned he's also an assistant coach, or at least he's listed as an assistant coach for the Beatrice Senior Legion varsity baseball team. They've got a tournament starting tomorrow, so probably get Adam in today and have him off to the Beatrice tournament where they will head to Springfield tomorrow for the weekend. Rhett Rogers for the Bison will lead things off, and the pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Calling the balls and strikes today, it's Daniel Roth, and T. Smith back for his 3rd go-around in as many days for the Hastings Sodbusters, and happy birthday to Mr. T. Smith, our field umpire. Dunk shot into right field, but it hangs up for Zane Wilson out there. Rhett Rogers is retired for the first out of the ball game.
Really nice job for Zane Wilson, and some are asking, where is Luke Causey? Causey's been battling some health issues. Hopefully get him back as this season goes on, because he was kind of a fixture in right field for most of this summer.
Yep, Scott Galusha told us earlier today he's been battling a sore knee, and who hasn't had their share of injuries issues this summer? It has been a long season, and most guys are used to playing weekend series in college, maybe a weekday game here or there, not game after game after game, and you get the points. Next batter, this is Louis Coca. Nubs one foul down the third base line. Louis Coca, he is the Bison third baseman from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and a Newman University Jet. He has one of the Bison's 3 team home runs, and 2 that are on the active roster. One of those guys with the other home run no longer on the team. 2 balls and 1 strike from Adam DeBoer. Louis Coca in the spring for Newman, played in 31 games and hit 200. Here's a pitch, shaves off a corner, strike 2 to start off this top of the first inning. Getting underway right at the ballpark. Told you it's the low 70s here, overcast skies. It's been mostly cloudy the whole day. The sun has been peeking out from time to time, but not very often. Pitch outside, and the count runs full from Adam DeBoer to Louis Coca. 143 and 12. He's played in all 12 games so far this summer. 6 for 42. 3 of those hits have gone for extra bases, including that aforementioned home run. 3-2 hit in the air, right center field. Racing over is Jet Hannaford, and he galloping on the run makes the catch near the 405 sign. That is the second out of the first inning.
Made it look really easy, and it was not. Had to go to the opposite gap to get there, because I don't think that Zane Wilson was going to be able to. So 2 pretty well hit fly balls, but that's why you have basically all center fielders if you can when you are the Hastings Sodbusters.
The outfield where fly balls go to die here at Duncan. Jaden Santiago, the catcher for the Bison. We'll watch strike 1 go by on the curveball. The defense for the Sodbusters in this first inning from left to right, it's Cale Jensen, Jet Hannaford, Zane Wilson. Third to first, Joey Hecker, Chase Miller, Drew Vega, and Tyler Welsh. Jude Greaves behind the dish. Wave and a miss. Another good curveball by DeBoer. Sitting about 81 to 83 on the heater, and 69 to 71 miles an hour on Uncle Charlie. From the stretch, 0-2 with 2 outs in the first. No score. Ball downstairs. Good take by Santiago. He's from San Diego. He's going to be an incoming freshman to Columbia University, so a D1 commit on this squad. He is hitting just .094 in 9 games, 3 hits with 3 RBIs. Pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So still yet to see college action. The Bison team have a couple of incoming freshmen to college on the team. Sodbusters, if you've been watching us all year, have many incoming freshmen or have at one point. Pitch is downstairs in the turf, and it's now gone from 0-2 to 3-2 on Jaden Santiago. Been 2 up, 2 down so far. Wind blowing out to right field. Kind of a cross wind here this afternoon / evening. From left to right goes the wind if you're looking from our vantage point. And he walked him. 4 straight balls after 2 quick strikes, and Santiago's on first base. So not what you wanted to do to try and set the tone early, but still have a chance to get out of the inning scoreless. It's the cleanup hitter, Cole Barta, the left fielder for the Bison from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Stays pretty close to home, attending college at Minot State University. He redshirted with the Beavers in the spring and did not play. Pitches the downstairs, ball 1 from Adam DeBoer. Cole Barta 8 games this summer, 241 average. Leads the team with 6 RBIs. At least he's tied in a 3-way tie for RBIs on the team. 12 games, no clear clutch hitter or power slugger for the team. We've got guys mostly hitting in the lower 200s. The Bison's team average at 186 in 2 games as a combined unit. Breaking ball downstairs, and it's quickly 3 balls and no strikes. It's now 7 straight misses by Adam DeBoer, and Jude Greaves is going to call time and give his pitcher a second to breathe here. Cole Barta, 241, 7 for 29 with a pair of doubles, 4 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Most recently, the Bison in Fremont. They were swept by the Moo, and like we mentioned, still looking for their first win this summer. They got 2 wins last year, one against Spearfish and once against the Sodbusters. They almost had 2 against Hastings. The 3-0 is called a strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike to Cole Barta. Trey Martin, player / head coach, doing the coaching down in the third base box, and a Bison players in the first base box. They don't have numbers on their front jerseys or on the front of their jerseys, so we'll see who that is as soon as we can figure that out. Ground ball to short. Chase Miller steps on the bag. A fielder's choice ground out for Barta, and no damage done after the 2-out walk. No score for the Bison. Hastings will look to strike first. You're watching the Sodbusters YouTube network. Be back at the bottom of the first.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Bottom of the first inning, no score as the Bison are down in 4 batters here in the top of the first. And for the Sodbusters, they're top of the order coming up, trying to keep their potent offense going. Sodbusters have scored double digits in 3 of their last 5 games, including that 13-run-to-5 romp over the Prospects last night. And for the Bison team, they're going to go with Sam Benz on the mounds. Ben's a 2-way player. He's appeared in 11 games in the field, but he will be the pitcher tonight. It'll be his 5th appearance and his 2nd start. 4 2/3 innings for him, an 0-1 record. It's an ERA of 19.5. There's been a couple of bad outings for him, and then the other 2 have been very short. His first outing back on July 4th gave up 8 runs in 2 1/3 to the Oahe Zap, and then July 8th gave up 5 runs in 2 innings to the Spearfish Sasquatch. The other couple of appearances. There was one against July 5th where he came into the game, but almost looks like he didn't even throw a pitch, so that might be an error on Game Changer's part. And July 13th against Fremont, he only faced 5 batters and was only able to get 1 out. He was the losing pitcher in that game. So he was not the losing pitcher in that game, but Ben's the lefty here today. He's going to go up against Drew Vega, Jed Hannaford, Jackson Crane. Steve, fundamental baseball, fundamental approaches for the Hastings Sodbusters has been working for them all pretty much all week and month long. No reason to change it tonight.
And you definitely want to take advantage of what the Bison give you. You look at their pitching staff. They have walked 60. They have hit 31 in 12 games while only striking out 48. That should play right into the way Hastings has been playing during this little mini winning streak and their last week or so.
It's Drew Vega to lead things off. Last night, the Sodbusters got hit by 3 pitches. There was a night not too long ago where it was either 4 or 5 HBPs. A lot of guys aren't afraid to crowd the plates and take one for the team if they need to. Foul ball off the bat of Drew Vega. Our center field Cam back in action today. No severe weather expected in the area tonight after last night. We thought it might rain during the game, but don't believe it started to rain until about 11 p.m. last night. Still better to be cautious and to pay the price there. High and tight for Drew Vega. He had a nice night last night, 2 for 3 with a double, which was just his 3rd double of the season. Vega hitting .235 with 27 hits this summer. Pitch low and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. Drew Vega last year, he was tied for the team lead in hits with the Hastings Sodbusters. Had a bit of a mid-season slump, but it seems like he's found his offensive form as of the past few weeks. The 3-1, downstairs for ball 4, and Sam Benz issues a leadoff walk in the first.
The Sodbusters again trying to win that battle. We talked about the hit batsmen. 100 hit batsmen received by Hastings, while Hastings pitchers have only hit 61. So they have won that battle by 39, and Sodbusters increasing their opportunities to get free passes as well as getting on and finding a way to score those guys once they get on.
Here is Jet Hannaford. You got a speedster on the base pass. Hannaford fouls off a bunt. So Sodbusters looking like they want to try some small ball early on. Hannaford didn't start in last night's game, but came on as a pinch hitter. That was in the place of Brady Alexander, who left with some right arm tightness. Hannaford worked a walk in his plate appearance and then finished the day in center field. There goes Vega on first move, but it's fouled off. So he will have to go all the way back to first base, and Hannaford down in the count 0-2. From Mountain Home, Arkansas, that's where he goes to college as well. Didn't play for them in the spring. This summer, Hannaford at .277 for a batting average. 23 hits, 2 doubles, and 8 runs driven in. See what Vega does this time. Not a big lead, and he'll draw a pickoff throw over to first. It's pretty non-competitive. Defense for the Bison tonight from left to right field. It's Cole Barta, Curtis Lindsay, and Josh Day. From third to first, Louis Coca, Talon Field, Rhett Rogers, and Remington Hart, Jaden Santiago behind the dish. They've got Vega picked off. The throw from first down into second base. The ball is dropped, and Vega will get in safely. Looks like they had him dead to rights if Talon Field can make a clean catch, but Vega in there safely.
So take the stolen base, and you mentioned that first pickoff maybe wasn't the best for Benz. Well, it's certainly good enough there. At least Vega was off with the pitch and fortunate to be at second base with nobody out.
Yeah, he was off on first move there, so a perfect move for Benz this time. So it goes down as a stolen base. Hannaford, he'll go down swinging. Something soft down in the zone, and that is strike 3, the first out of the ball game for the Sodbuster offense.
Mentioned soft, 78-80 for the pitches so far for Mr. Benz, and our Flight Scope statistics brought to you today by Eagle Distributing.
That one's definitely a little bit slower than that pitch speed right there. Vega back in safely. 78-80, probably around the league average, maybe a bit below. We see guys mostly sitting in the low 80s for fastballs. So Benz is right around there. Here's Jackson Crane. Vega away from second. Crane pops it out of play to the right side. Jackson Crane, he had a nice night last night. He's had a nice past couple of nights. Went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs last night. And Crane in the 9-hole back on Monday. He was hit by a pitch twice, which drove in runs both times and also had an RBI single. So he's got 5 RBIs in his past 2 games. Pitch called down low and in for a strike, 0-2. So Crane with 5 RBIs in the past 2 nights. He's got 18 this summer, and he has been the ball magnet of the team with 13 HBPs. Pitch from Benz. Crane down the right field line, but just foul by a couple of feet. The friendly confines of Duncan Field. The brick walls surround the field here. 370 to left, 367 to right, 405 to the alleys, and 408 to dead center field. Hard to get one to the wall here at Duncan Field, but we have seen one go over the 405 right center field sign this year. Ben's taking a couple looks at second base at Vega, and now pitches high for ball 1. Jackson Crane at 236 this summer. Last year, he was a 338 hitter for the Sodbusters, and he did very well for ASU Mountain Home in the spring, hitting 326 games. That's hit to third. Backing up is Louis Coca. The long throw over. It is in time and dug out by Remington Hart at first base. That's a pretty nice play by each corner infielder for the second out.
Yeah, Louis Coca, when that came off the bat, I thought Jackson Crane, his speed, he'll beat that out, but Coca able to get enough on it. And using the turf with the good hop there, and Remington Hart with the dig to get the second out of the inning.
So now the Bison an out away from a clean first inning, but Cale Jensen stands in their way. There's a fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. The Central City native last night, 1 for 2. Had a couple of RBIs, and he was walked 3 times. 2 of those walks drove in runs. His single was in his last at-bat. 0-1, Vega's on the move. Pitch is called a ball, and no throw from the catcher, Santiago. Drew Vega shows off the wheels there. That's stolen base number 18 now as he steals both second and third in the same inning.
Pulling away from Jet Hannaford. Hannaford caught him for a few games, but Vega getting on more recently and certainly using his speed to his advantage.
So pitch was called a ball. Now the curveball downstairs, 2-1. Josh Printer does the head coaching down at third base, having a quick word with Vega down there to make sure they're on the same page for any potential sign with 2 outs. Corey Caranda down at first. Jensen in the air to foul territory, and it will reach just beyond the seats.
One thing we've not seen, a steal of home. You get the left-handed pitcher, his back to you. He moves quickly enough, it would be almost an impossibility unless he's just not paying any attention at all.
Yeah, if they were just lollipop throwing it back and forth, might be, but not to be in the first inning. Jensen strikes out. Benz goes with the fastball up the ladder. And 2 strikeouts in the inning for the Bison left-hander. There's no score after 1 inning of play. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, back in a moment. Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Quick first inning for both sides as we enter top of the second. Adam DeBoer back out on the mound. He threw a total of 19 pitches in the first inning. Only 8 of them were strikes, so he had some command issues, but somehow was able to escape with no damage done. The players for the Bison worked him into counts. And yeah, how about that? You missed the zone 11 times, but you only issue one walk in the first inning, and only 4 men end up coming to the plate. So pretty efficient inning, or maybe not, depending on how you want to look at it. It's only one base runner, but lots of balls thrown. We'll see what Adam DeBoer can do in the second inning.
Inefficiently efficient
there you go.
Is what you maybe say, because, yeah, you'd like to throw a lot fewer pitches than that if you're only facing 4 guys, but the good news is you only faced 4, and the good news is 0 on the board.
So here is Josh Day to lead things off. He is a Phoenix native, and he is one of the couple of guys on the team playing college ball at Penn State Shenango. More on that in a second. First pitch, check swing, and it's ball 1 outside. So there's a little community of schools in the Pennsylvania region that all go under Penn State, and then their little township names, and they all go by the Nittany Lions as a mascot. Shenango is where Josh Day is from.
The U.S. Small College Association is what they play for, and they are in the Penn State Small College Association as their league. Got the 2 wins away from going to the World Series this year, did Shenango.
Line drive right at first base to Tyler Welsh. He grabs it, and it's long enough. He dropped it, but they say he grabbed it long enough for the line drive out. L3 goes the put out for Josh Day.
We'll take that. Did not know if he really had it long enough, but put it in the book.
I think he just didn't have it long enough. T. Smith was right there, too. Thought Welsh might have been bringing the glove up to transfer it, and they give him the benefit of the doubt there. Day retired. Now here is Curtis Lindsey. He is from Las Vegas. Take the first pitch out of play. And most recently this spring season, he was at the College of the Canyons in Santa Clarita, California, where he was a 189 hitter in 12 games. This summer, he's appeared in all 12 games for the Bison. He had a 244 average. Pitches inside. We didn't know much about this Bison team until today, where we did our homework, and Scott Galusha, our general manager and co-owner, said this is the guy to watch on this Bison team. He is a very talented athlete and plays a pretty good game of baseball. So excited to see what Curtis Lindsey can do. He has one of the 3 home runs on the team and tied 3 ways for the team in RBIs with 6. Count is 2-1 from DeBoer to Lindsey. Ground ball that's inside the bag, fair at third. First chance for Joey Hecker. The throw right on the money for out number 2.
Good job for Hecker. He mainly's been a DH, but has shown his versatility and can play some different positions, and maybe a guy you'll see more at that spot here in the final 10 games or so.
Weston Johnston getting the night off from he's been playing at third and catcher this year, but Joey Hecker, we've seen him in left. Might have seen him once at first base, but a guy who's been around the infield. Remington Hart, the next batter. It is strike 1 on the outside corner, and the clap you hear, Hart is tonight's beer batter. Sodbusters are 2 for 2 in beer batters this homestand that have struck out at least once. He waves and misses at the pitch upstairs, strike 2. And a perfect guy to pick if you're just going off the stat sheets. Hart does lead the team with 21 strikeouts in 12 games. DeBoer's way ahead, 0-2. But Hart will put it in play to left field. Racing back is not going to get it is Cale Jensen. Hart rumbling around first. The throw is cut off and into second base with a stand-up double is Remington Hart on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, the board probably like to have that one back. Just got too much of the plate, and it was right in Hart's wheelhouse, and he is aboard now at second base.
So that is just his 6th hit of the summer and his first extra base hit. Quick time called so Hart can ditch the gloves and get another set of gloves. I always find it bizarre. I played baseball at mainly just the youth level. Some guys, they have batting gloves and they have running gloves. It's a separate pair. It looks like Hart's just, maybe he might have just ditched them. He had him look like he was putting on new gloves, so maybe not the case.
He put them in his back pocket. He needs a pair of gloves to go in his back pocket. Maybe that's his sliding gloves.
Pitch off the chest protector of Jude Greaves, but keeps it in front to keep Hart at second base. This is Duncan Field for the Bison. Field, a Sacramento native, just graduated high school from Christians Brothers High School. And he is, we're told, committed to the Ducks of Oregon University out in Eugene. Pitch downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Duncan Field, it's been a bit of a struggle for him in 9 games, just an .071 average, 2 for 28. But he has been putting the ball in play, hasn't been striking out a ton. 2-1, fouled back to the screen. Field has an RBI this summer with 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and a stolen base. And he is the shortstop for the Bison. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the second inning. You could say that the deuces are wild. And here comes the delivery. Ground ball over to second. Drew Vega positions himself, wings it to first, and just does get Field by a half step. Got down the line pretty quickly, but not fast enough. The 2-out double is left stranded, and the first hit for either side comes against the form of Remington Hart, but no score as we enter the bottom of the second on Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
No score through an inning and a half at historic Duncan Field. Steve Stein, myself, Ryan Valenta, in our 3rd game in 7 days in a row here in Hastings. The Sodbusters are busy bees and trying to stay healthy, trying to keep fresh as this long season of July goes on. We had some bad weather. There was supposed to be 7 games to start the year at home, and then there was a rain out in the middle of that. So there was also a stretch of several games in a row earlier in the season where there was a delay or a cancellation in the middle of that. So barring some weather coming later this week, this will be the first real true stretch of 7 games in a row for the Hastings Sodbusters at home, that is. They played more than well over 10 games in a row, but that was a mixture between home and road. But fortunately, the guys, their host families to stay at, so they've maybe have a little bit more time to rest here when playing all those home games in a row. And for the Sodbusters in this bottom of the second, 5, 6, and 7, Tyler Welsh, Jude Greaves, Zane Wilson. They will go up against Sam Benz, who struck out 2 and walked 1 in the first inning. Tyler Welsh, a rare feat for him last night. He was 1 for 5 with a triple. He plugged one into the right center field gap. I believe it got over the head of the right fielder, and Welsh was able to motor all the way around to third. Did some scrubbing of the stats. Yeah, last year in 97 plate appearances, did not have a single triple. But he got one last night. Pitch is high. That's 3 straight misses from Benz to Tyler Welsh. Welsh did drive in a run also last night on a ground out. That pitch misses way up and in. 4-pitch walk. That's exactly how the first inning started for the Hastings Sodbusters as they get their leadoff man on again.
But the 2 strikeouts really doing the trick against the Sodbusters. That was one thing yesterday when they got runners on, finding a way to advance them. They had the 2 stolen bases back at the first, but nobody could come through with a big ball in play.
See if that is going to be the case for the bottom of the order. Jude Greaves is the catcher today for the Sodbusters. Did not play yesterday, but on the season, his average at 246. That pitch misses again, and there's now 6 straight misses for Sam Benz. Told you about his numbers, 4 2/3 innings in 4 appearances. 8 walks to 4 strikeouts. He already has a couple of those punch-outs tonight. He finally finds the zone after 6 misses, 4 strike 1. Half an hour into game time as the sun is trying to creep out here at Duncan Field. It's lighting up a bit of the outfield here now. Pitch high, now 3 balls and 1 strike. Jude Greaves out of the Kansas City area, his technical hometown Oak Grove, Missouri, and has suffered some injuries past couple seasons with Metropolitan Community College. It hasn't allowed him to see the playing time that he would have liked, and that is back-to-back walks as Greaves will reach first base and Welsh advancing to seconds. Catcher is out to have a chat with his starter.
Zane Wilson handles it pretty well. How will Josh Printer play it? Maybe let him take a strike, but bunt also a possibility right here, and could be bunting for a hit. We'll see how the third baseman plays it. He has now come in even with the bag.
You definitely think Wilson a candidate to bunt in this situation, especially with nobody out. Sodbusters also like to dial up a double steal with first and seconds. Maybe with the third baseman positioned well off the bag, that could be the case. Let's find out, shall we? Here's Zane Wilson taking the curveball down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilson recorded his 4th hit of the summer last night. Also had 3 RBIs in the game and a pair of stolen bases. The lefty-lefty matchup upstairs for ball 2. Wilson had the sacrifice fly and then the 2 RBI single back in the 8th inning. Wasn't hit very hard, but it got the job done. The lefty hasn't found the success he wanted to this summer, but still had a pretty nice spring for Saginaw Valley State. The finance major takes strike 1. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. You got Welsh at second and Greaves at first. Not the most speed on the base pass. Wilson fouls one through the concourse level. Then the count 2-2. Other action in the Independence League tonight. Spearfish and Casper, which will get started here in about 20 minutes. And up in Pierre, it is Oahe leading Fremont 3-0 in the 5th. The 2-2 pitch. Wave and a miss for strike 3. Wilson down on strikes.
So no balls put in play this inning, and you're happy to see 3 walks. Really disappointed to see 3 strikeouts in the first 7 batters against Benz.
Looks like Benz went with a curveball there, as now the sun is out in full force, pretty much for the first time today. Let's see if Chase Miller can continue the heat here with runners on base upstairs for ball 1. Miller, his first double of the season last night, as he went 1 for 4 with an RBI. That RBI came in a sac fly, part of a 2-run 7th inning. Chase Miller, another one of the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals. Well upstairs, appeared in 10 games for them this spring with 3 hits and a couple of ribbies. Head coach Josh Printer flashing a quick set of signs down at third base on the 2-0 count to Miller. Modest lead for Welsh at second with nobody holding him on. Pitches upstairs, 3-0, and I would guess the stop sign is on for Miller with this pitch. Also known as do not swing. Take 1 right here. And he does for strike 1. So good selection there for Benz to find the zone, and and has been pretty much walks or strikeouts. First 7 batters, only one of them have not been one of those two outcomes. 3-1, cut and a miss for strike 2. Miller might have expanded the zone a bit upstairs on that swing. But the count will go full, 3-2. Ben's trying to battle his way back from a 3-0 count. And a pickoff throw to second. Welsh is well off the bag, but he's able to dive back in safely on a close play. Rhett Rogers just a bit late on applying the tag. And the payoff pitch. Runners are on the move, but it's ball 4. So the bases have been walked loaded now as Miller is the third walk of the inning, and here comes the 9-hole hitter, Joey Hecker.
And if you are the Bison defenders, are you in this game at all? You mentioned the fact 1 ball has been put in play in the first 8 of the game, and so on your toes here, you could still get out of this with just 1 pitch. The Sodbusters could put together a huge inning if they could find a way to put 1 in the gap.
Bases loaded, and here is Joey Hecker. Check swing, and it's called a ball. They'll appeal out to the field umpire, T. Smith, and they say no swing. Joey Hecker 1 for 3 last night. He's been put in the field here and there. He's gotten a few more at-bats as of recent. In 7 games, he's got 4 hits. At a Pullman, Washington. Pitch shaves off the edge for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Prime opportunity for the Sodbusters, and what they've been doing so well is just situational hitting. Just got to put the ball in play somewhere. Hecker can't do it on that swing as he is down 1-2. Hecker going to be a freshman at Wazoo. That is with the Washington State Cougars. A double, a walk in his ledger so far. The 1-2, low and in, 2-2. Ben's already up to 43 pitches now in his outing, and he is still yet to complete 2 innings. Here comes the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him on the breaking ball down low. Another pitch where the Sodbusters chase a strike out of the zone, and Sam Benz continues the streak. 9 batters, all but one of them have struck out or walked. Unbelievable.
This is like, I mean, it's college level play, but don't you see this on the little league level where you go through the whole thing? Are we going to bat? Everybody gets to bat around, and there'll be ice cream after the game, by the way. Win or lose.
So through 9 batters, only the third place hitter, Jackson Crane, has put the ball in play. Drew Vega, he walked. And he's back up at the top of the order here. 1-0 downstairs, and a good take. So it looks like Benz is utilizing some off-speed junk at the bottom of the zone that has been a bit too irresistible for some Sodbuster hitters. Vega trying to break the ice here in the second. 2-0. High for ball 3, and there's no place to put him. A walk would mean a run. As could this be the 4th walk of the inning?
Riveting baseball.
Benz's delivery way outside, and it's a bases-loaded walk. Oh, that's how the Sodbusters get on the board first. They'll take them any way they come.
That's right. At least, if you're a Sodbuster fan, you're the one being walked. And we've been on the other side of that in years past, where it's, oh my gosh, can we find the strike zone? So. But yes, the Sodbusters take the lead. That's small ball at its finest.
48 pitches, 20 strikes for Sam Benz now in his outing. Now the pitch to Hannaford bounces, but not far enough away from Santiago, the catcher. Jet Hannaford, he struck out in the first. So the line now through an inning and 2/3 is 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a ground out. Hannaford awaits the 1-0. The lefty fires way high. We told you the woes that the Bison pitching staff has had. They've had a 9.30 combined ERA. They give up an average of 10 1/3 runs per game and 12.5 hits per game. But the Sodbusters still have not gotten a hit. Pitch shaves off an edge for strike one, 2-1.
And they average 6 walks a game and 3 strikeouts a game, and they're pretty much going to get to that here in the second.
The 2-1, Hannaford down the right field line. It will be foul, and nobody will get there. Stayed in play. There's, as you may know, very large foul area down at Duncan. Probably a good 20 feet at least from the foul lines to the out-of-play areas. There are spaces where it opens up towards the fences, but there are lines to signal out of play. Otherwise, fencing marks off the out-of-play lines. Once again, the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hannaford is struck out swinging. The streak continues. This is quite a feat here tonight, folks. 11 batters, only one of them have been put in play, but somehow the Sodbusters get a run in that inning on 4 walks, no hits, and they leave the bases loaded. We go to the third. It's 1-0 Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
A game that has seen very little balls put in play continues into the third inning. Well, the Sodbusters, they've been putting the ball in play, or the Bison, they've been putting the ball in play. The Sodbusters have not. But we go to the third with the Sodbusters up 1-0, and we turn it over to Steve Stein.
Played 42 minutes. We've seen 87 pitches in 2 innings. 40 of them have been strikes. Yee!
There you go.
But it's 1-0 Hastings. We'll see how it goes here as the Bison will send their 9-1-2 up there against Adam DeBoer. DeBoer with 34 pitches thrown, 17 for strikes. Been able to work around some difficulty, a 2-out walk in the first, a 2-out double in the second. And Sam Benz, who has been battling on the hill, 53 pitches thrown. He is your pitcher/DH. So if they do go to the bullpen, he would stay in the ball game as the designated hitter, Sam Benz. And the reason he is the designated hitter is he is their top hitter. 294 is his batting average, couple of doubles, 2 runs batted in. He has scored 4 times, and he's 1 for 2. He goes to Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas. They are the Mound Builders. But they have a black cat as their mascot. Check out the story of Jinx the cat. It's way too long to mention on our broadcast, but it's pretty cool. A history-rich university, and that's why he is your designated hitter, as Sam Benz drills this one into left field. The leadoff man aboard for the Bison for the first time. It's 1-0 Hastings here in the top half of inning number 3, as Benz took it the other way. So 1 on, nobody out for the Bison as they turn the lineup over for Rhett Rogers.
Hopefully that Benz can build some confidence on the mounds. See what I did there? Maybe when he gets back out in his next inning.
There you go. Here's Rhett Rogers lined out his first time up, and the pitch from Adam DeBoer back to DeBoer. Catches it in the air, throw to first. So, 2 pitches, a single, and 2 outs. It's been a weird game already. Liner to the 1, throw to first, 1-3 on the double play, and after we saw Benz throw some 34 pitches, he has maybe going to be right back out there after he just was on the bases. Here's Louis Coca.
Look what I found in the glove of Adam DeBoer.
Curveball right across. Strike 1 to Louis Coca, lined out to center field his first time up. 1-0 Sodbusters, and they've been doing this during this little streak, scoring runs without the benefit of a hit. They have 1 run on no hits, no runs on 2 hits for the Bison, and the pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Louis Coca coming into today at 1:43. Talked about Southwestern College and Newman University, not too far from there. Newman is in Wichita. 1-1 delivery is taken on the outside corner. Now, Newman used to be NAI. I'm pretty sure they're NCAA Division II now. So Newman and Southwestern would square off on occasion back in the day, but the Jets now NCAA Division II in the MIAA. 1-2 delivery, and this one is swung on and missed. And Adam DeBoer faces the minimum here in the top half of the third. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We're to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's Hastings 1, Bison nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Hastings comes to bat at the bottom of the third. They sent 7 to the plate in the second inning and did not put the ball in play. Riveting play-by-play for Ryan Valenta. I don't know how many ways you can say strikeout or walk, but he found a way to do it and kept it entertaining. I was actually pretty it felt like things were being put in play, but then you look down, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, and the Sodbusters able to, the epitome of manufacturing a run there. We'll see what they can get done here against Sam Benz. Benz did not get many breaks in the dugout there after his long, drawn-out inning, as he was the first batter and then was on the bases for a limited time. So it'll be interesting to see how Benz does here in inning number 3, as Sodbusters do have a 1-0 lead. They'll send their 3, 4, and 5 up there against Sam Benz.
Yeah, sometimes for starting pitchers, you have that one hiccup of an inning that you just need to get out of your system. And perhaps we'll see if that is the case for Benz, depending on how he does this inning. But like you mentioned, Steve did not get much time off at all in between innings. So we'll see if that affects his pitches this inning.
You like the Sodbusters in terms of the fact that they have been patient, drawn some walks, but they've also expanded the zone a bit at times. And ladies and gentlemen, the only man to put the ball in play is at the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters, Jackson Crane. It was a ground ball to the third baseman on a really good play from Louis Coca. And that is the only ball that has been fielded by a Bison player in this contest. In a ball off the bat. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Jackson Crane for the Hastings Sodbusters. Right-handed hitter against the lefty, Benz. This one is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Crane. Hastings Sodbusters trying to continue their mini win streak, try to move their way up in the standings, now 7-4 in the second half in the Independence League. 1-2 delivery, and this one is bounced back to Benz. He's got it, throw to first in time. So the Sodbusters of Jackson Crane putting a ball in play both times. No one else has. It's either been strikeout or walk. Here's Cale Jensen. He struck out his first time up against Benz, as Benz been effectively wild to this point, has just given up the 1 run despite struggling with the control with 5 walks already in a first pitch swing for Jensen.
Yeah, whatever a curveball or even maybe mixing in a changeup there, that has been his bread and butter pitch so far this evening.
Lefty-lefty matchup here, and that just misses, according to home plate umpire Daniel Roth. T. Smith, the birthday boys, doing the Field umpire work today. They gave him a little salute before the game on the field. Pretty cool. Hard hit ball for Jensen. That is a base hit and extra bases hit. Rattles down near the 367 sign. Jensen is on his way to second. Hits the bag. Turns on the Jets. And he will be in with a stand-up triple. The Sodbusters' first hit with an exclamation point here in the third inning. Runner at third, 1 out. Hastings leads it 1-0.
Well, it only took 13 batters, but finally the Sodbusters get on the board with their first hit of the evening. A laser shot inside the line. 92 off the bat. Josh Day couldn't get to it in time. Jensen was looking out there thinking, I probably have a triple, and he got in there easily.
257 hitter coming into today, and Tyler Welsh trying to bring him home. Welsh has scored the lone run, walked and came in on that bases loaded walk from Drew Vega back in the second. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Tyler Welsh, raising his season average to 170 now. And that pitch is taken inside for ball 2, coming off that triple yesterday. Pretty cool for him. Also has 11 runs batted in, 9 runs scored, seeing more significant playing time down the stretch here at one of the corner infield spots. Pitch taken inside. He's at first base today, and now 3-0 on Welsh. A ground out, a triple, and Welsh trying to find a way on. We'll see if he's got the take sign here as Ben's in danger of walking his 6th. He has struck out 5 as well. Feast or famine for Benz, and he issues a 4-pitch walk to Welsh. Runners the corners, only 1 man out. Sodbusters really need to make it hurt. Trying to find a way to put a little pressure on this Bison team, just coming off a tough loss yesterday. Put them behind the 8 ball, and maybe you can find a way to run away.
Yeah, just got to be patient at the plate, sit on that breaking ball, and with the speed that Benz is throwing, don't need to be doing too much with it. Just throw the bat at the ball, and we'll find the outfield somewhere.
Jude Greaves up there. He walked his first time. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Jude Greaves. He'll be Sodbuster Spotlight tomorrow. Ryan Valenta with the interview of Jude Greaves. Runners at the corners at a beauty right on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jude Greaves, the Metro Community College Kansas City prospect with a .246 batting average, 5 runs batted in, 12 runs scored. Pitch is off the inside corner, 2 balls and a strike on Jude Greaves, heading back for his 3rd year. All sorts of injuries his first couple of years at Metro Community College in Kansas City. Hopefully he can be healthy and find that 4-year stop after that. Pitch fouled away. Good play in the on-deck circle for Zane Wilson. And it's 2-2 on Greaves. Runners at the corners. Triple for Jensen, a walk for Welsh after the comebacker from Crane to begin the inning. Ben's a check of the runners. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball. The throw down to second is going to be in time. Welsh is out, and Jensen did not go, and I think somebody missed a sign at one spot or the other, and that's the second out of the inning.
I'm going to agree with you there, partner. Tyler Welsh isn't going to just be stealing second straight up. The 3 have a conversation over there between Printer, Jensen, and Welsh, but yeah, you're not going to see Tyler Welsh just try to straight steal second right there.
Was it supposed to be a hit and run? Was it supposed to be a double steal? It's even more painful now as Jude Greaves walks. So the Sodbusters have had 3 straight reach. Triple and 2 walks, but they have runners at the corners again, but now with 2 outs. And we'll see if Zane Wilson can pick up his team right here and get at least 1 run home. So disappointment on the bases in this game so far. Sodbusters left 3 the last inning, in danger of stranding 2 here after they stranded a leadoff walk back in the first. It's just 1-0. If Bison get out of this, they, again, give them a little confidence. They feel like they're primed for their first win after they've had some close calls. They played Fremont to a 5-4 game earlier in the week, and then were up 5-4 yesterday before succumbing 10-6 as Fremont put up 3 runs in their last 2 at-bats. 1-1 delivery on the way. Inside, nice stop there. Santiago's had to handle a lot of pitches out of the zone, and he's done a pretty good job of keeping them in front and avoiding the extra bases on the wild pitch. 2-1 the count on Zane Wilson. Struck out his first time up. Pitch fouled away, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on the number 7 hitter, the right fielder, Zane Wilson. Wilson, another Saginaw Valley Stater, the finance major, batting .108 on the year. A double with 5 runs batted in. 3 of those coming yesterday. 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball, base hit right field. A run will score. Sodbusters will have runners at the corners at least. An RBI single for Zane Wilson, and that is big after the disappointment of the caught stealing earlier. Coming up with a 2-out hit to bring home Jensen, and the Sodbusters take a 2-0 lead.
Perfect hitting by Zane Wilson on a 2-strike pitch with 2 outs. Looked like another curveball that didn't really break very much, just spun right over the plate. Wilson timed it up perfectly, a hard hit ball. That gives the Sodbusters 2-0 lead. And visit to the mound, and you got to wonder how much longer Benz has got left in him, because he's at 75 pitches, yet to complete 3 innings. Lots of high stretch pitches this game.
Trying to find a way. As you see the head coach, Trey Martin, come out. Trey Martin, he is still a student at Kentucky Christian. Business major, going to be finishing up here in the fall. He'll be done then, still weighing his options after college, and does have a chance to put on the uniform at times when they need him. So the player coach for this Bison baseball team today.
He is listed as a sub on the scorecard, so if things get really hairy, you never know.
Does he put himself in? When does he? How? Or are you playing well enough to be put in? You know, it's a weird dynamic. Pitch is taken for a ball. Chase Miller at the plate. He drew a walk as part of that wild and wacky second that saw 7 men come to the plate and nary a ball put in play. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. 1-0 delivery. Down low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Miller with Joey Hecker waiting on deck. Sodbusters in the black unis today with the yellow numbers. Bison, the white uniforms with the yellow numbers. No gift to broadcasters who try to pick out those numbers, but not the worst we've seen. 2-0 the count, to throw over to first, and Zane Wilson not going anywhere. And Sodbusters love the aggressiveness. They may be thinking double steal here and see if they can get it executed. Wilson with decent speed over at first and a pretty good lead. Runner does not go. The pitch swung on and missed. It's 2-1 on Chase Miller. Probably extended the zone a little bit high. May have been 3-0. Chase Miller trying to come through here. 195 hitter. A little bigger lead for Wilson. He's picked off. Sodbusters trying to get that run home from third, and they are going to do so. The run down, still trying to get Wilson out. He is, but count the run. So it's a successful double steal, if you will. Wilson does get caught in the rundown, but Greaves takes home, and the Sodbusters get a couple on the board on 2 hits. We head to the 4th inning. It's Hastings 3 and the Bison nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head of the 4th inning, the Sodbusters another unusual go after they had the 1 run on no hits in the 2nd. They get into the 3rd, they score 2 runs, and the starting pitcher, Sam Benz, retired only 1 batter, but able to get 3 outs as the Sodbusters lose 2 on the bases. That last one maybe by design as they got caught in the rundown, but they got the runner home from 3rd. 2 runs, 2 hits, and all is said and done. And really, Ryan Valenti, you probably feel pretty good about that after they lose the base runner and had a runner at 3rd with 2 outs, able to find a way to get 2 runs home. You'll take that.
Yeah, and especially the last play, if you're going to get picked off, hopefully the runner at 3rd knows the situation. You're probably going to be out, so I need to make an attempt to try and score. Jude Greaves picked the perfect time, did end up to score. So probably the best case scenario right there. Sodbusters will take the 2 runs and just got to keep chipping away little by little.
3-0. Hits are even at 2 apiece. And the Bison baseball team had a very quick inning the last time. A first pitch swing for a single, a second pitch swing for a line-out, throw-out double play, and then a strikeout, sending the minimum up there. Here is Jaden Santiago as he takes a first pitch high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He walked his first time up. The pitching comparison, 78 pitches for Ben so far. DeBoer is at just 40 through 3 innings. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball to the left side, kind of in the hole. Going to be a tough play, and it'll be knocked down by the shortstop, but no play. Chase Miller got to it, but really no chance. Santiago will beat out an infield single. Leadoff man aboard for the Bison for the second straight inning.
Did put a decent swing on it. Just the perfect place there. You might have think maybe if Hecker had a better angle at it, he might have been able to cut it off at third. Would have been a tough play for Miller if he would have gloved it.
Here's Cole Barta coming to the plate. Fielder's choice grounder his first time up. As a righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. Taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Cole Barta. Barta out of Minot State. He's from Grand Forks, North Dakota. 241. Tied for first on the team in doubles and runs batted in through the first 12 games. And takes the pitch upstairs for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Cole Barta. Barta had that fielder's choice grounder to end the first inning. We're now in the 4th. Sodbusters have taken a 3-0 lead despite getting only 2 hits in the contest. Here's the pitch. Right on the outside corner. 2-1 the count on Barta. Adam DeBoer trying to find a way to get through 5 and qualify for the win. No action behind him. You'd love to see a long, drawn-out effort here during this long stretch of games. Hoping for big starts from everybody you put on the hill. Pitch got away from him, and it's high and basically over the head of Barta. So now 3-1 with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 4th. The Bison trying to come back. Righty-righty matchup here as Cole Barta stands in. Adam DeBoer works out of the stretch. And the 3-1 delivery. Outside way wide. And an infield single and a walk to open the 4th. And it'll be Day, Lindsay, and Hart trying to bring home the tying runs here for this Bison baseball team.
If you're Adam DeBoer here, just take a second and remember you have a 3-run lead. You have some leeway on the mound. Just try and go back to your roots and shake off whatever it is that's making them miss the zone here.
That one's right down the middle, and that is lined into right field for a base hit. They'll try to score the run from second. Here comes the throw home, and it is not going to be in time. Pretty good throw there for Zane Wilson, but Josh Day, really good job of hitting, and Santiago's got some wheels as a catcher. He comes around and scores, and still 2 on, nobody out after the RBI single from Josh Day, and it's 3-1. The Hastings Sodbusters have seen the lead chipped to 2, and here comes Josh Printer out of the dugout.
Hit number 6 in 9 games for Day, now just his 2nd RBI of the season. And surprised to see him go after the first pitch since DeBoer was a little wild, the batter before. Usually those guys will take a few pitches, try and let them get back in the count. Not in the case. Day was all over that first pitch.
Hit at 87 off the bat. That's from Flight Scope. Our Flight Scope stats brought to you by Eagle Distributing. We're in the top half of the 4th inning after Hastings scored a 3 spot in their 2nd and 3rd combined. We've seen the Bison have their first 3 reach, and it's a team that's not going to go away. You've seen them battle pretty well, even though they are 0-12. Had that 1-run game back on July 6th. The opportunity to beat Spearfish on July 10th. We all know how good Spearfish is, and then they lost to Fremont to 5-4 games. Then you know they're going to break through. You just hope it's not against you like it was a year ago when the Bison should have really swept the Sodbusters. Hastings settled for a series split in the 2 games in Grand Island. And right here is Curtis Lindsay. Lindsay, a ground out, his first time up, and runners at first and second. Nobody out. Big spot right here as guys getting ready in the Sodbuster bullpen now. Off-speed pitch. Lindsay goes after it and could not make contact. Strike 1. Lindsay, 244 with a home run, a double, tied for first on the team with 6 runs batted in. He's also scored twice and 2 for 2 in stolen bases to lead his team in that category. They don't steal much, just 5 out of 7 coming into today. 0-1 delivery, an off-speeder, and swung on and missed. Maybe another one of those, and you can find a way to pick up a strikeout and get yourself back into this inning. Infield single, walk, RBI single for the Bison as they have scratched out a run and looking for more. They have out-hit the Sodbusters 4-2. And the pitch. High and outside, good spot for that one. Trying to get Lindsey to chase, he would not. 1-2 now. With Remington Hart, who doubled his first time up, waiting on deck. So, tough spot in the lineup. They've got two pretty good hitters there in that 6 and 7 spot. 1-2 delivery. Off the fists and fouled back to the screen. Back to the edge of the press box, rather, and it rattles around in the grandstands here at Duncan Field. A decent crowd here for this Wednesday night. That's the day, right? They're already starting to run together, even though we're just really beginning this stretch of long games in a row. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch. Lofted in the air to left field. Jensen started out. He comes in. That's trouble, and he will not get there. And the bases will be loaded as Cale Jensen, his first instinct, like most outfielders, is to take a step back, but that fell in front of him. And look out, bases loaded, nobody out with 1 run across. And the Bison baseball team, a chance at a huge inning right here.
Yeah, that one put it perfectly right there, Steve. Jensen thought that was going over his head, perhaps. Lindsey, he got it jammed inside. It just floated in. It was another curveball by DeBoer. He was peppering Lindsey with curveballs at bats.
Tough luck for DeBoer, giving up that bloop single, and now brings the first pitch outside for ball 1. Remington Hart is the beer batter, and he put an 0-2 pitch into the left center field gap his first time up for a double. If he does that here, it's a tie ball game, and maybe the Bison have the lead. Here's the pitch. Check swing foul, and Remington Hart's not going to be pleased with that. Off the inside part, tried to get the bat out of the way, couldn't do it, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Remington Hart. They put Remy on the scorecard and went down and visited with the guys. Now call me Remington. I said Remington's a cool name. He said, yes, it is. And Remington Hart sounds like a spy. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Remington Hart.
It's Hart. Remington Hart.
That's right. He is another one of those Penn State Shenango guys from Warren, Ohio. A couple of those players on this Bison team. 1-2. Strikeout would be big for Adam DeBoer. The 1-2 delivery on the way. Inside nearly hit him. It's 2-2 on Remington Hart. Hart playing at that Penn State school along with Josh Day. 4-year school in Pennsylvania. Another 2-2 pitch on the way. Way outside, got away from DeBoer. Now all of a sudden it's a full count with nowhere to put him. This inning quickly unraveling for Adam DeBoer. Saw some guys getting loose, but nobody throwing right now for the Hastings Sodbusters. Still no one out. DeBoer brings home the 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Good job there for Hart to stay alive, and another 3-2 pitch will be forthcoming.
I would love to see somebody starting to get hot pretty soon. DeBoer only had 58 pitches, but some high-stress pitches this inning.
And a little over half of them have been strikes. And this inning, they have been put in play for hits. An infield single, a solid single, and that bloop single, which maybe could have, should have been an out. 3-2 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball to the first baseman. He'll come home for 1. They will not get the second out there. Good decision there for Jude Greaves. Good decision all the way around. Tyler Welsh had it come right to him. Realized he had plenty of time to force out Cole Barta. 3-2 on the put out there. Day advances to third. Lindsey to second. Remington Hart will be aboard at first with a fielder's choice.
And we saw that exact same play either yesterday or Monday, or the Sodbusters with the bases loaded. Their defense went home, then tried to throw out the runner at first, but they plunked the runner right in the back. Better be safe to get the for sure outs. Double play still in order here.
So bases loaded now, 1 out, 1 run home. It's 3-1 Sodbusters as Talon Field is at the plate, and he takes outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Talon Field. Field, Oregon commit out of Sacramento, California. 0-7-1 coming into today, but picked up a single back in grounded out back in inning number 2. Takes this pitch for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the top half of inning number 4, and it has been high drama here. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run has scored so far. The first 4 reached for the Bison before that last fielder's choice grounder. Hard hit ball into right field for a base hit. A run will score, and the bases will be loaded again with 1 man out as the throw comes in from Zane Wilson. So good job of hitting for Duncan Field. He's got himself an RBI single, and the inning continues, and still big opportunity for the Bison.
Pitch was right over the middle of the plate. Field did miss it. Punched it right where the defense wasn't. Sodbuster has a chance to start holding their breath here a little bit.
Sam Benz now up there now. He singled his first time up, but was doubled off on the next pitch. Off speed, right across. No balls and a strike on Sam Benz. So pitcher versus pitcher here is Benz officially the designated hitter. Benz with 78 pitches thrown, and Adam DeBoer quickly catching him. He's up to 62. Neither of these starters look like they're going to be around to figure in the decision. 0-1 delivery is missing for ball 1. And the odd thing is now, you felt like Benz was maybe a batter away from being taken out. It may be DeBoer who gets taken out before Benz as this trend continues. DeBoer trying to make his way through this tough top half of the 4th. Pitch way outside, 2-1 the count. Although right now it's DeBoer's game because there's still no action in the Sodbuster bullpen. So I know you want to maximize your pitches, but you got to find a way to win a game and see how it all works out. But summer ball, you have to be so much more patient than you do maybe during a regular season spring game, because you're looking at the big picture here. We play tomorrow. We play the day after. Can we afford to only get 3+ innings out of our starter today? How much is this going to hurt us for Thursday, Friday, Saturday if we have to go to other guys? So it is a juggling act for the head coach, Josh Printer, and now a 3-1 count. The pitch, ball 4. It has been a tough inning for Adam DeBoer. The 8th man coming to the plate after the bases loaded walk. 3 home in the inning, and now this game is knotted up.
Yeah, Sodbusters, not sure what is going on here. They need to get somebody warming up in the bullpen, as Adam DeBoer has not been able to shut anybody down this inning. It's a loss that unfortunately I think you're just going to have to take in pulling your starter early.
27 pitches thrown, and we've seen 1 out recorded, and we're back to the top of the order now with Rhett Rogers. And I guess it's also a situation where, okay, we feel like we're going to score enough runs. Is this going to be one of those grinded out, ugly 13-12 games? And are you just going to take a 5 or 6 spot against you? But you look at it, you're still 1 pitch away from getting out of it. If you get an atom ball, a chance to turn a double play and get out of this thing. But 1-0 the count after Jude Greaves visited the mound to talk with Adam DeBoer. A lot of high-stress pitches for the right-hander from Beatrice. 1-0 delivery on the way. Way outside, 2-0. It began with the infield single. Then the walk. Solid single from Day. The bloop single from Lindsay, and the rally was on big time after that. 3 have scored so far. 2-0 delivery. High pop-up, but foul and out of play. Big first strike in this at-bat to Rhett Rogers. Rogers already with his 3rd at-bat in the 4th inning. Couple of line outs from him. He lined to right his first time up, hit it right on the button, but back to DeBoer his last time. 2-1 delivery. Fouls it away, and so now DeBoer a strike away from getting this 2nd out of the inning. Rhett Rogers trying to find a gap here and give his team the lead for the first time. 3-3. The Sodbusters get the first 3 and the 2nd and 3rd respectively, but a 3 spot for the Bison here in the 4th. 2-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul, just got a piece of that one, and we'll try again.
Really good pitch, but a better at-bat for Rogers to spoil that really good pitch.
Adam DeBoer quickly approaching Sam Ben's pitch total of 78. We have not completed 3.5 innings, and we've seen upwards of 150 pitches. It's a bouncing ball in the turf, and the runners will advance. Thought maybe that it was a foul ball. Nobody reacted right away, but this will be a wild pitch to score the 4th run of the inning for the Bison. And 3-2 on Rogers.
Surprised they didn't check out to the field umpire to see if the batter swung, because it sure looked like Rogers offered at that pitch.
Now the infield is in. Double play is not a consideration, and a 3-2 pitch coming from DeBoer. There is right-handed action. Ball 4. So you were disappointed in the wild pitch, but would have been coming home on that pitch nonetheless. And now the bases are full once again. Josh Printer brings balls out to the home plate umpire, but will not visit the mound at this point. And it looks like DeBoer will continue as Louis Coca, the 9th man to come to the plate. Warming for the Sodbusters will be Nate Fisher. Not where you wanted Fisher. He's generally a mop-up guy in the 8th or 9th inning, but he may be called upon to have some big pressure pitches here to try to keep the Sodbusters in it, unless DeBoer can right the ship. Still, only 1 man out, and the 9th man to the plate here for the Bison. 4 have scored so far. DeBoer breaks contact, will reset here and try to find a way. Battle his way through 3 scoreless innings, allowing only 2 hits, but the Bison have come through here in this frame in a big way. DeBoer with the pitch. Way outside. Nice stop for Greaves to save another run. It would have been the 2nd wild pitch of the inning for DeBoer. 4 hits in the inning. There hasn't been that big, monstrous crush to the gap or anything. They've just done a nice job of putting the ball in play, getting singles, including an infield single, taking advantage of some wildness. A couple of walks, make it 3 walks in the inning to compound the problems for Adam DeBoer and the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-0 delivery on the way. Curveball is right in there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Louis Coca. Coca line out to center his first time up, a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. It has come unraveled here for the Hastings Sodbusters after they took a 3-0 lead. 4 so far for the Bison. Hastings trying to minimize here in this half. DeBoer the pitch. Line drive back to DeBoer. Makes the catch. Throw to 3rd. Double play. Well, Adam DeBoer somehow survives with the Sodbusters still a part of it. The 2nd line out, throw out, double play of the game. Coca hit it on the button, threw it over to 3rd base to retire Talon Field. And out of all of that, the Bison do get 4, and they own the lead after 3.5. It's 4-3, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
It is Sodbuster Baseball, and there is a new pitcher in for the Bison. We did not know if either starter would make it through 5. It's official, the Bison did not have their starter get through 5 innings. Try to pick up this yellow number on the white jersey, and they don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys, which makes it even more difficult. Then he turned his back, and I put my binoculars down just at that time. 17. All right, by golly, we'll figure this out It'll be number 17 into the contest, and that will be Ethan Miller. Ethan Miller, the first relief pitcher of the contest, and call to the bullpen is brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. If you want details on that, joyridepedalco.com. As we get a chance to see Ethan Miller, 0-1, a 7.24 ERA, making his fourth appearance in 9 2/3. He's allowed 11 runs, 10 of those earned. He's allowed 18 hits. He struck out 6, and he has also walked 1 and hit 4. So that ends the day for Sam Benz, who battles his way through 78 pitches in 3 innings, allowing 3 runs on just 2 hits, but struggled with his control as he ended up walking 7 while striking out 5. Not many balls put in play, and we're an hour and 20 minutes, and we have not completed 4 innings of baseball here today. A long old night at the ballpark here on a Wednesday, and Hastings will have to rally if they're to keep their 3-game winning streak intact in this one, as Hastings will have Chase Miller. Miller was at the plate when the Sodbusters had their semi-successful double steal. We'll call it a success because they were able to get the run home from third, even though they did get the guy caught between first and second. That was kind of the idea. Miller takes ball 1. That last inning, which seemed like it was about 45 minutes ago, which it maybe was, had the triple from Jensen. They had the caught stealing on what we thought was maybe supposed to be a hit and run or a double steal, and overcoming that disappointment as they got Jude Greaves aboard with a walk, and then the big RBI single from Zane Wilson before Chase Miller was at the plate, and then they got to Wilson into the double steal to get the second run home. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball, foul. Oh, almost extra bases for Chase Miller. Just missed a 2-bagger down the third base line. So he will be back in the box here for the Hastings Sodbusters, as Hastings down by a score of 4-3. His count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Chase Miller. Miller, the right-hander, stands in, and the pitch. That just misses. Now 3-1 on Miller. Starting shortstop and getting more playing time at that position as this season goes on, a Saginaw Valley Stater. That, along with Arkansas Tech, 2 of the big schools which provide players here. Bouncing ball to the left side, could be in no man's land. Third baseman's got it. He will put it in his pocket. Good decision for Louis Coca as Chase Miller beats out an infield single to open the 4th as Hastings trying to come right back. Bison 4, Sodbusters 3 here in inning number 4. And here comes Joey Hecker, who struck out his first time up. Be interesting to see if they go back with Adam DeBoer after he threw some 37 pitches in the 4th inning and gave up 4 runs and able to get out of it with a line-out, throw-out, double play. Second straight inning that the inning ended like that. But right now there's no action behind him, and it may be DeBoer in the 5th. Pitch swung on and missed. No balls and a strike on Joey Hecker. Hecker, good to see him in the community. Washington State recruit, and he is from his hometown school of Pullman, Washington. Thought it fascinating that comes all the way here to play summer ball. Drills this one to center field. Could be a trouble, but a nice job for Curtis Lindsey to get over on the right side of the second base bag to make that catch out in center. Hecker hit it right on the button, but he's out. But wanting to get him away from home a little bit, see some college-level pitching before he goes back and begins his freshman year at Washington State. Unable to advance the runner, even though he hit it right on the button, and back to the top of the order for Drew Vega, who is 0 for 0. He's walked twice, one of those coming with the bases loaded to bring home a run. And Vega squares to bunt, pops it up, but it hits in fair territory, and that's going to be a base hit. Certainly not the best bunt for Drew Vega, but it was in no man's land. Nearly a tremendous catch from the right-handed pitcher as he came off the mound, and Ethan Miller tried for the dive. If it would have been interesting if he would have let it hit, would it have spun foul? I don't know. But he tried to make the catch, and then it hit him in fair territory, and so it certainly was going to be a fair ball then, and the Sodbusters have first and second and only 1 man out on a pair of infield singles in the inning. And here comes Jet Hannaford. He is squaring to bunt already. Here's the pitch. Pulls the bat back and takes low for ball one. Sodbusters trying to come right back, as giving up 4 runs in the top of the fourth. The infield single from Miller, the infield single from Vega. Vintage Sodbuster baseball. They have really become a small ball type of team here at Duncan Field. That is a strategy that generally works pretty well during this little 3-game win streak, including 2 at home. Putting the ball in play and see what happens. Beating Fremont and then sweeping the Nebraska Prospects in the 2 home games after they won at Fremont last Friday. 2-0 pitch went after ball 3. Jet Hannaford expanding the zone there. He struck out twice today, and we'll see how Hastings plays it. They love to steal third base, particularly with the right-handed hitter up there, and great speed on the bases with Miller at second and Vega at first. Hastings trying to battle back. They trail at 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. And Hannaford gets the bunt down. Only play to first. The throw is in time. So Hannaford advances the runners, but there are 2 outs now. It'll be a sacrifice, and 1-3 on the putout. With Vega at second, Miller at third, and Jackson Crane trying to find a way to come up with a big 2-out hit and give the Sodbusters the lead right back. And if you like the returns here recently, Jackson Crane, a pretty good guy to have up there. In his last 2 games, he has knocked in 5. Jackson Crane, a couple of ground outs in this one. 4-3, the Bison on top. The pitch popped up, foul territory, and that will be playable, and that is a disappointing ending to what started out to be a pretty good frame, as Remington Hart comes over to make the catch, and the Sodbusters are turned away. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, and we head to the 5th inning. It is 4-3 Bison. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Head to inning number 5. The Hastings Sodbusters trail at 4-3, and this game now officially belongs to the bullpens as we turn it over to Ryan Valenta.
Thank you, Steve. And for the Sodbusters, they will go with a new arm. This pitching change brought to you by the Joyride Pedal Company. If you've got up to 14 friends looking for a fun night out on the town in the Hastings area, go to joyridepedalcompany.org, where you can go on their long bike, you can pedal, you can have some drinks with your friends. It's social and exercise combined into one. Couldn't ask for better night outs. joyridepedalco.org is the website to visit to book your appointment today. For the Sodbusters, they relinquish a golden opportunity once again to get at least 1 run on the scoreboard. You had second and third with 2 outs, first and second with only 1 out, and they could not score. The new pitcher on for the evening now. First out of the bullpen, Nate Fisher. Fisher comes on in the 4th after DeBoer allows 4 runs in the 4th inning, and his day is done after giving up those runs in the 6 hits. And for Fisher, the team leading appearance out of the bullpen, his 16th. He was last in action 2 days ago. Only needed 15 pitches to dispose of 4 Prospects hitters in the Sodbusters win back on Monday. Strike called. Fisher was responsible for getting the final 3 outs and struck out 2 batters. For the Bison here, it's Jaden Santiago leading off the inning for the 2nd time in a row, and he'll watch another strike go by. Quickly 0-2. Santiago led off the fourth inning with a single and came around to score one of those 4 runs. Fisher's delivery softly hit into, actually very well hit into right field. Layout, Zane Wilson. He made the catch. A Superman extension into right field. And the fans will give him a nice round of applause. Wow, what a catch.
Zane Wilson. Seen Luke Causey out there doing his great defensive prowess, but Zane Wilson getting an opportunity to right and getting more playing time and showing that he can play a little defense too.
I was totally fooled. That looked like a pretty routine fly ball out there, but Santiago put some good wood on it. And Wilson, if he does not full-on dive, he does not catch that baseball. A perfect play by the Sodbuster right fielder. Put a couple stars next to that one if you're keeping score at home. Now here is Cole Barta. He walked and is also grounded into a fielder's choice. 1-1. Breaking ball just misses inside. And if you've been watching this summer, or if you haven't, you notice the funky delivery of Nate Fisher. Does the squat and the submarine pitch. That one just misses outside. So some submariners, so we've noticed they have some problems with some control issues, depending on the night. And there is a bad miss there for ball 4. Barta has walked for the second time tonight, but kind of with the underarm or the underhanded action, if you will. It's a little bit less stress on the arm, and it still is throwing a baseball like this in a different arm slot, so guys don't have as much stress on the arms as submarine pitchers, but then they usually don't throw as fast and can get hit a little bit more. Josh Day at bats. Bison with 6 hits tonight. Day with 1 of them. He had an RBI single back in the 4th. The 0-1, and that nicked him on the jersey, and it's a hit by pitch. Fisher charged with plunking a batter there, and unfortunately for Fisher, that is now the 5th straight outing he has hit at least one person.
And that has been his Achilles. I mean, he had only the 7 walks coming into today, but that is hit batsman number 13 on the season in 21 innings pitched.
So first and second now with 1 out, and here is Curtis Lindsey. He had a well-hit single back in the 4th inning. He's also scored a run, 1 for 2. It is also grounded out tonight. Lindsey, a Vegas native from College of the Canyons. 1-0-1, missing away. Lindsey also making a couple of catches out in center field this evening, as the sun has already gone away here tonight, just past 8 p.m. Central Time. 1-1, foul over the Sodbuster dugouts.
Looks like Josh West is the next to come in for the Sodbusters. He's getting warm now. There's a lefty and a righty, so we're seeing 2 different guys get ready as the Sodbusters. Fisher generally an inning or 2, so he's not generally a long reliever.
Did make a spot start earlier in the season, but usually just a kind of a 1-inning guy. That's a jam shot past shortstop Chase Miller. Over the head catch, throw to second, double play. The Sodbusters turned their 3rd double play of the night. Caught too far off the bag was Cole Barta, and the shortstop Chase Miller runs it down 6-4. The twin killer gets the Sodbusters out of the inning with no runs for the Bison. They still have the lead, though, 4-3. We're halfway done at Duncan Field.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be. whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Sodbusters find themselves behind the 8-ball here momentarily, but still got half the game of baseball left to be played. The Bison striking for 4 in the 4th, but they are set down on the Sodbusters' 3rd double play of the game. Just a moment ago, it'll be the middle of the order coming up. Cale Jensen, Tyler Welsh, and Jude Greaves. For the Hastings Sodbusters looking for win number 24 tonight. Bison looking for win number 1. We knew coming into the game that this was not a team to be taken for granted. Need to come in and keep the momentum going, especially with this Bison team likely hungry for their first win. Ethan Miller returns for his 2nd inning of work on the mound. He was tagged for a couple of hits in the last inning, even though they were not hard hits. Had the couple of infield singles, one of them a bunt single. So nothing left the infield, and nothing was put on the scoreboard. Here is Cale Jensen. He got the Sodbusters going in the 3rd inning with his triple, and he came home to score. The pine green bat, been a staple in the arsenal of Jensen. The pine green, the color of his high school alma mater, the Central City Bison. Also at his very first college, where he had a brief stint at North Dakota State. Cale Jensen will be off to the University of Illinois, Chicago for his next stop. 0-2, that's just misses outside. Just getting underway in the bottom of the 5th. Ethan Miller serves up a fly ball to deep right center field. Going way back is the center fielder. A diving catch. It's off the glove of Curtis Lindsey, and Jensen will have at least a triple, and he will be stopped at third base. Almost thought it might be an inside the Parker, and Cale Jensen got all of that one. That is probably a home run in every park but Duncan Field. What an effort by Curtis Lindsey, a headlong dive towards the fence. But it's back-to-back triples for Cale Jensen.
And fans are wishing they would have sent him, and I'm saying stay,
Yes.
stay. One-run game, nobody out. Yeah, you got a lot of chances to get Cale Jensen home from third right here.
So Cale Jensen with his first 2 triples of the season in back-to-back at-bats tonight in his 10th game this summer. Yeah, you've got nobody outs, and situational baseball, you can likely score the game-tying run. Tyler Welsh will be the first man with an opportunity to do so. Welsh has been walked twice. Ethan Miller, the new pitcher on the mound, and did he just balk there?
Well, it's certainly, he unless he was on the rubber.
And he did,
Yep,
yes.
he
was on the rubber.
He looked like he was going to try to throw it to third. His third baseman wasn't holding the runner on. And he looked over there and like, oh, I can't throw it because my guy's not there. That was a weird play. And that's the way the game gets tied. It has been another wacky game.
So there is head coach Trey Martin's going to come out and get an explanation here because the move was completely made to third base, and I'm under the impression that you can feint to third and not throw the ball, but there are certain circumstances when you have to throw the ball and you can't just fake the throw. I don't know exactly if it's the same as the Major League rules. I know in Major Leagues, if the third baseman isn't holding the runner on, then it's a balk. But if the third baseman is holding the runner on, then they can just feint throw over to third with no penalty. I almost wonder if the Sodbusters talked T. Smith into calling that balk there because he didn't call it right away. Almost like a half-hearted time, yeah, go home.
Well, he wasn't being held on third, so if the Independence League is using those same rules, then it would have been a balk because their third baseman was nowhere close to the bag. And the Sodbusters apparently are going to get the game tied on a triple and a balk.
So put that one on your bingo card. That's probably the last spot you need in the anticipation with the 13 of the first 12, or 12 of the 13 first batters don't put the ball in play. Welsh into center field. Coming on is Lindsay, and he'll make the catch. Welsh hit it on the screws, but it was right at the Bison center fielder. Tyler Welsh has been putting some solid swings on balls. Just been very unlucky as of recent. So Sodbusters, after that triple and a run, it's now a 4-4 game once again here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch from Ethan Miller downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Miller from Valley City, North Dakota, and so nice we've got to say it again. Oh, that one, before we do, that one was right by head coach Josh Printer at third base. He made a great attempt on it, and it went right by him.
And he pounds the turf in frustration. You think he's still not competitive?
He wishes he had another year of eligibility. Well, he does, but he's a head coach now, of course. Pitch to Jude Greaves, popped up. It will stay on the infield, out to second for Rhett Rogers. No problem there. That's the second out of the inning.
Unfortunate as Welsh and Greaves had both walked their first 2 times up, as this spot in the batting order had been really good about getting on, but those 2 guys are out. The base is empty with 2 outs now.
So Zane Wilson to try and start a 5th inning rally. With nobody on and 2 outs, Wilson lined a RBI single over into right field back in the 3rd. Miller the wind and outside for ball 1. Sodbusters as a team, a .260 batting average. They're averaging 8 hits per game now. Had a total of 10 hits last night. Pitch called a strike. 1-1. Sodbusters winners of 3 in a row. They went 2-2 on their road trip last week. Lost 2 out of 3 to Oahe and beat Fremont in a weekend game. Now it's the Bison for 3, Fremont for 2, the Prospects for 4, the Zap for 2, and that's it. Unless the Sodbusters can find themselves a playoff team. 2-1, just misses, and Daniel Roth, a very hitter-friendly strike zone tonight. Pitchers have been working tough to get those calls this evening. Wilson ahead in the count, 3-1. Pitch from Miller, right there for strike 2. Sodbusters with 5 hits tonight. Cale Jensen with a multi-hit game. That's his 3rd of the year. Zane Wilson's got one of them. The payoff pitch, that one is hit very well to deep right center field. Josh Day going back the right fielder. He reaches up and he didn't catch it. He missed that baseball, and in at second safely is Zane Wilson. I don't know if the center fielder Curtis Lindsay might have called him off at the last second because Day is staring back at his center fielder right by the wall. Either way, the runner at second base.
I think he certainly influenced the play, and because Lindsay was on a full-out sprint, and I think that your right fielder, Day, heard footsteps there, and if he didn't call him off, he certainly thought, I don't want to get leveled by that guy because he's about 20 pounds bigger than me, and that certainly may have played an impact in that. See if the Sodbusters can take advantage of this.
So they'll rule that an E9 on the play, as that one very likely should have been caught. He saw Day leap at the end, and nice running and leaping catch there, but the ball was on the ground afterwards. So Wilson is on board for the 2nd time tonight, and a big opportunity to cash in on the Bison miscue to potentially take the lead by Chase Miller. Take ball 2 inside, 2-0. It is Miller v. Miller on the mound and at the plate. Ethan versus Chase. Who is the superior Miller this time around? Ethan misses to Chase, who doesn't chase. It's now 3-0.
I feel like we're going to be in an Abbott and Costello routine. And Marcus Miller isn't even here to put in his 2 cents worth.
And where's Chase Phillips when you need him?
Yeah.
The 3-0 pitch. It hit him. Miller will wear the pitch. It would have been ball 4 anyways. And now two straight have reached with 2 outs, and it'll bring up Joey Hecker.
And Hecker had one of the better swings of the day. He lined out to center field his last time up to Curtis Lindsay. If he finds a way to put another charge in it and find a gap, he maybe could get 2 runs batted in here and give the Sodbusters the lead back in a wacky 4-4 game.
First time that's a batter has been hit for the Sodbusters tonight after they were plunked 3 times. 101 hit batters this summer now. Pitch from Miller to Hecker, outside, ball 1. Weather continues to remain the same here at Duncan Field, now 70 degrees. Pretty sticky night as well, about 77% humidity. Outside to make it 2-0. The wind kind of shifted all around the place. It's been blowing in, it's been blowing a little bit out. Now it's kind of gotten back to its pregame pattern from left to right field if you're from the home plate vantage point. The 2-0 pitch, downstairs and blocked by Santiago. And the count 3 balls and no strikes. If Hecker can reach, you got the top of the order on deck. Hecker 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the aforementioned line out to center field, which was pretty loud off the bat. But Miller needs to find the strike zone here. The 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and it finds it. Bison have now held lead in 5 of their 13 games. But the lead gone for the moment. 3-1 grounded through the right side. It's through for a base hit. Here comes Wilson around third. He's getting the green light. The throw in from right is not in time. And now the runner caught in between first and second. But the Sodbusters going to try and get in a rundown again. And now here comes the runner home. The throw there. And now caught is Miller, and he is tagged out. Joey Hecker gets caught in between first and second, and the Sodbusters run themselves out of an inning for the second straight time tonight, but not before they tied the game up on an RBI single by Joey Hecker. Sodbusters will take it. They now lead at 5-4, and we're through 5 at Duncan. We return in a moment for the 6th.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. We're through 5 in this back and forth game, which has seen now 3 lead changes in this one. 5-4 is your score. It's back to Steve Stein for inning number 6 and 7.
As Nate Fisher out there for his second inning of work, as he would stand to be the winning pitcher if Hastings can maintain the lead, and you certainly don't take that for granted the way this game has gone, as the Sodbusters led it 3-0, trailed it 4-3, and now back on top after an unusual way to get a couple of runs home, a triple, a balk. Then the next 2 are out. Sodbusters able to get the next 3 to reach to get a run home, and then lost another runner on the bases as the big swing, no contact for Remington Hart. He is the beer batter today, and he is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Takes this pitch for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Remington Hart. The Sodbusters, by the way, their opportunities to retire the beer batter is the same percentage as their home record. 16-6. 16 times they've retired a beer batter and gotten the beer specials here at home, and they are 16-6 here at Duncan Field this year, part of a 23-16 overall record for the Hastings Sodbusters. Pitch fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hart. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and the fans are happy, and so is Nate Fisher, who gets the strikeout here to begin the 6th.
First time that Hart has gone down on strikes. First strikeout for Fisher as he makes a nice pitch. Elevated in the zone. Hart couldn't resist. Probably was a borderline strike. A little bit too close to take either way.
And Fisher, not much of a strikeout guy, just his 12th strikeout in 22-plus innings now as the pitch is taken upstairs for ball. Want to know the count on Duncan Field. Had an RBI single as part of that 4-run 4th. Also has grounded out. And it's been an odd game in a lot of different ways. The Bison feel like they probably should have about 10 runs on the board. They have had 3 straight innings where they've had either line out or pop-ups that have turned into double plays against them. Pitch taken outside, and now Fisher trying to find the zone again. It's 3 balls and no strikes. The one in the 3rd inning was with a runner at first and 1 man out. A very quick inning, that one for Adam DeBoer. That double play in the 4th was monstrous. As 4 runs had scored, the bases were loaded. It was a comebacker to DeBoer, who threw to 3rd to get the double play in what could have been 6, 7, 8 runs. You never know. Pitch swung on and missed as Fisher's come back with a pair of strikes after falling behind 3-0. 5-4 Sodbusters on top, trying to put a 0 on the board and keep the momentum on their side. This one taken the other way. Cale Jensen starts in, goes back out, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th, and a good comeback for Fisher after falling behind 0-2.
Love the aggressiveness in the zone. Like I said, with some pitchers, that if they go multiple innings, the first inning just might take a little bit to get the kinks out of their system. Appears that Fisher has done so. He's finding the zone and making the hitters get themselves out here.
I mentioned the fact that there was action behind him last inning. There is no action now, and Fisher very easily could come out for a 3rd if he can get through this 2nd inning of relief with no problem. And a first pitch strike for Sam Benz. Benz no longer the pitcher, but was listed as pitcher DH, so he stays in the contest and will swing the bat. He has not been retired today. A single and a walk with an RBI. Swings and fouls the pitch away. No balls, 2 strikes. Now, technically, he has been retired. He was the victim on the basis of one of those double plays. After singling in the 3rd, he had taken off on a line drive and got thrown out back at first, but has not been retired at the plate today. 1 for 1. 0-2. Fisher brings it home. Just got a piece of it. Did Sam Benz? It's still no balls and 2 strikes.
It's a 3rd just near foul ball off the glove of Greaves. So these Bison hitters, they have been fooled by the slower than slow breaking ball, if you will. Motto here, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go right back to it.
Hits are even at 6 apiece. The Sodbusters have a 5-4 lead in the top half of the 6th inning. Tried to find the outside corner and missed it. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Ben's a good job to take that one tailing away. Sodbusters have scored 3 in the 5 innings today, and the Bison have that big 4 spot in the 4th. Little looper into left center field. Trouble, and that will fall for a hit. Cale Jensen has to come up and field it. 2-out single from Sam Benz, who's 2 for 2 with a run batted in.
Good piece of hitting. He knew the breaking ball was coming again, and that's the definition of not trying to do too much with it. Poke the bat out and drop it right into the shallow outfield. And try and start a rally for your squad down 1.
7th hit of the game now as the Sodbusters once again being out hit. That's happened a few times, and they've still won ball games during the course of this season. The top of the order is up there with Rhett Rogers swinging and fouling it away. Sit it on the button a couple of times, nothing to show for it. 0 for 2 with a walk. As their leadoff man batting for the 4th time in 6 innings. 5-4, Hastings on top of the Bison. Tried to find the bottom of the zone, but it's low, and 1 ball and 1 strike on Rhett Rogers out of Avila University. He's from Tulsa. Righty-righty matchup here, and Fisher's had his difficulty with the right-handed batters in terms of the hit batsman. That's where he generally leaves it. Being the right-handed pitcher in the side armor, if he has the issues, that's been it most of the time. Throws over to first.
Benz with a decent lead. He goes. The pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down to second base. Out at second. Greaves with a bullet. Taking the throw there was the second baseman, Drew Vega, and a caught stealing will end the frame, and Fisher faces the minimum here in the sixth. No runs, one hit. Nobody left. We're to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Sodbusters trying to tack on. They lead at 5-4, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
To the bottom half of inning number 6, Hastings with a 5-4 lead as they've come back. And a lot of twists and turns in this one that saw Hastings take an early 3-0 lead after 3. A 4 spot for the Bison, which they could have got maybe a couple of more. Double play into that frame, and then Hastings rallying for 2 runs in the 5th. A triple, a balk. Then after 2 are out, an error, a hit batsman, and an RBI single from Joey Hecker. Hecker then was caught between first and second, trying to get to second on the throw, and the Bison were able to successfully get a run down, eventually taking care of Chase Miller over at third to end the inning. So now back to the top of the order, Drew Vega here in the 6th, and after Fisher put a 0 on the board, you'd love another crooked number here and try to take command in this one. As 0-12, the Bison, they have had their opportunities to win ball games. You don't want them to feel confident heading into the late stages of this one. As a righty-righty matchup, Miller is back out there. Ethan Miller brings it outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count, and Drew Vega's not been retired today. An infield single and a pair of walks. He's knocked in a run for the Hastings Sodbusters. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swings at probably ball 2, 1 ball and 1 strike. Vega likely going to be locked into that top spot in the order most of the time down the stretch. Has a good approach at the plate. We've seen other guys get their opportunities. Seen Vega bat a lot in the 2-hole this year. This one off the fist toward the shortstop. The clean stop, throw to first in time. Well played by Duncan Field. There's 1 out here in the 6th. Sodbusters 5, the Bison 4. As we now play the 3rd game of this long homestand, Sodbusters playing 11 games in 12 days at home, and then they'll have 2 more on the road to close the regular season. Jet Hannaford up there now, laid down a sacrifice his last time up. He struck out twice and probably happy to see Sam Benz gone. Big swing, no contact at one that was likely out of the zone. No balls and a strike on Jet Hannaford.
He came on for Brady Alexander last night, and we were told before the game he's still nursing an arm a little bit, and he might be back in the lineup tomorrow as a designated hitter.
And Brady Alexander, nice to have him in the lineup as a hitter if possible, because he has been red hot, .467 in his early returns for the Hastings Sodbusters after he had a successful go with the Plainsmen before joining the Sodbusters. Pitch misses, as it was fun for Alexander as he had .305 with a team best 2 home runs for the Plainsmen in their road swing. 2-1 delivery and swing and a miss, as actually it's a strike 3 now on Jet Hannaford, and 2 outs in the inning as Hannaford has struck out 3 times. Jackson Crane will come to the plate, and he's had a tough day. 2 and 3 hitters have had the rough go. After that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now 9 have all been able to reach and be productive as the pitch misses here. Jackson Crane 0 for 3. In his last at bat
A little painful, 2 in scoring position, and he popped it up in foul territory to first. Bouncing ball to the left side. The third baseman's got it. Throw over, and the Sodbusters gone quietly here in the 6th inning. 1-2-3 as Louis Coca throws out Jackson Crane. We're at the bottom half, or how about we head to the top half of the 7th inning. It is 5-4. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Third inning of relief for Nate Fisher for the Hastings Sodbusters as Hastings owns a 5-4 lead. A good job for Fisher. 2 innings of one hit ball. He's struck out 1. He has walked 1 and he has hit 1. And he'll face the top of the order as faced the minimum there in the 6th inning, allowing the 2-out single, but then Sam Benz was caught stealing. A great throw down from Jude Greaves as he came out of his stance and got rid of it in a hurry. So Fisher, a couple of zeros on the board. Hastings has played errorless ball to this point, and it'll be Rhett Rhodes back to the plate as he ended that inning at the plate on the caught stealing. 5-4, Hastings with the lead. The hits are even at 7 as we head to the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging is Rogers and fouls it away. No balls and a strike. Fisher, 34 pitches thrown after that one, after Adam DeBoer threw 77 in working the first 4 innings of this one. 0-1 delivery. Bounce to the right side. The second baseman, Vega's got it. Throw to first in time. How about the range from Drew Vega? When we saw the first baseman, Tyler Welch, go back to the bag, I'm thinking that was probably your sider, and darned if Drew Vega didn't run it down anyway.
Couldn't have put it better right there. I thought that was Tyler's ball all the way as well. But Drew Vega, he's a speedster. We know that for sure. The fact that he's able to get there and collect himself and make the throw accurately, too, very impressive.
Yeah, because he basically ended up right behind Tyler Welch. It was kind of an awkward position for Welch to be in. He almost had to turn clear around to take that throw. As a 1-0 count now on Louis Coca. Coca 0 for 3 in the ball game. Couple of hard hit balls. A line out to center. Liner back to the pitcher. And that liner back to the pitcher, one of the key at-bats in the game, as he hit it right back to DeBoer, who made the catch and threw to third to get an inning-ending double play as bases were loaded, and the Plainsmen had already scored 4. And that play kind of turning this game around as the Sodbusters have back-to-back zeros on the board defensively, and they've regained the lead with that 2-run 5th inning. Now in the 7th, and a 2-1 count on Coca. Swings and fouls it away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Louis Coca. Newman University Jet, his hometown, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Not a terrible drive from Stillwater to Wichita, Kansas. 2-2, the count, and the pitch. Pops it foul and out of play. It remains 2-2. Coke has played some good third base for this Bison baseball team. 0-12 coming into this one. They've had their opportunities, trying to find a way to scratch out a few wins as they wind down their season. Hard hit ball, and the head coach will get out of the way. Trey Martin dodging that one.
He's a pitcher. We'll give him a break. If he was an infielder, maybe.
3 against Hastings, 2 against Casper, 1 against Spearfish. No off days as they complete their rugged road trip. Pitch inside, and it gets a piece of Louis Coca. So Coca, the second hit batsman by the right-hander Nate Fisher.
Yeah, when that one's coming in right at your thigh, probably the best possible spot to get hit. You're more apt to letting one graze the quad right there.
And so 1 on, 1 out for Jaden Santiago. An infield single and a walk in his 3 plate appearances. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Bounces this one to the right side. Vega makes a nice stop and just tosses it over to Welsh. And another pretty play for Vega. 2 outs. The runner does advance to second base for Cole Barta.
Speed kills. Vega got there again. I was waiting for the glove flip there because, he's right there. It's pretty easy. I say that as I'm a broadcaster in a booth.
Yeah, I never think that's easy. I saw Chase Miller do that on the
yesterday
the
where he just tossed it
oh my
gosh.
To get the 3rd out at second base, and I just kind of, that's really cool. I wouldn't have stopped the ball to begin with, but yeah, that was fun. Cole Barta takes ball 1, 1-0 the count. He's walked twice and hit into a fielder's choice, 0 for 1 on the day. 5-4, Sodbusters on top, trying to survive this inning, still in front. Potential tying run in scoring position on the person of Louis Coca, and the number 4 hitter up there for the Bison baseball team. A team batting average of 186 coming into today, and a team ERA of 9.29. But they've had their moments. Like I say, it's a rough stretch. I was impressed by the attitude and fun the guys were having, because I'm thinking, man, it's got to be a grind as you get toward the end of this, but they still seem to be loving baseball, and why wouldn't you on a day like this? Temperatures in the 70s. They said this is a pretty good weather day. And fun to play at Duncan Field. Line drive, right field, that will be foul. As a long run, no chance for Zane Wilson. We've already seen his range today, and never give up on a ball if Zane Wilson's out there. 2-1 the count. Yep, the Bison, they had one off day. That was July 11th, but now closing things out. This is their 5th game of 10 in a row, and the most wicked play Hastings for 3. Then you get on the bus, you go to Casper, and play the next day. Ugh. That's a trip. Fisher sets and delivers. Pitch taken upstairs, did not go around. Cole Barta at the plate trying to bring home that tying run. Fisher trying to get out of this with no damage done. 5-4 Hastings on top. Big spot here in the top half of inning number 7. And Fisher delivers. Called strike 2. Really good breaker there. Caught the bottom of the zone. Now 3-2 on Barta. 5 runs, 7 hits for the Sodbusters, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Bison. Here's the pitch. Lofted high in the air, center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Rounding third and scoring will be Coca, and we are tied up. Barta able to fight one into right field. I thought when it came off the bat, someone would get there, but Jet Handiford unable to come up with that. He had a long way to go, and it's a new ball game here in inning number 7.
That's a bloop single into no man's land there. Even if Hannaford does get a bit better of a jump, he still probably doesn't get there. I think Vega had the best shot at it. Running away from the infield's never easy. Let's start over again, shall we?
As a 5-5 game, and it looks like we also have a scoring change to make in the contest. They have taken away the error, and they do give Zane Wilson a hit on that fly ball out to right field. It looks like he is going to be given a double. So he's got an RBI and a run scored. So no errors on the board now for either team. We had that fly ball to right earlier in the contest. This is now ruled a base hit. 5-5 the score, and the pitch is lined down the first base line. A diving attempt, but Tyler Welsh, no chance to get that one. It's runner at first base. The go-ahead run on there for the Bison. It's a 5-5 deadlock. So Coca scores the tying run. The RBI single from Barta. He leads away from first. So now the Bison have 8 hits. The Sodbusters with 7 hits in the contest. Pitch right across for a strike. Josh Day at the plate now. A single, an RBI, and a run scored in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch. He's 1 for 2. And Fisher brings it home. Swing and a miss. The Sodbusters will get out of trouble here. They'll throw down to first, and that is going to be the inning as the Sodbusters do give up the tying run, but still very much a part of it. Stretch time here in Hastings. It's a 5-5 tie, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Game in the hands of the bullpens as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 5-all tie. Ethan Miller and Nate Fisher now the pitchers of record in this one after the RBI single from Cole Bart in the top of the inning. Ties it at 5, so Ethan Miller trying to get himself a victory in relief. Sodbusters trying to put a run or two up late and win this one here at home and extend their win streak to 4. Big game, and you got to win a few like this during this streak if you're going to have a chance to get to the playoffs. It's not always going to be a 13-5 game and 11-3 contest. You're going to have to win the nail-biters because everybody's got dudes in this league. It just depends on the day, and today's one of those days. The Bison are hanging right with the Hastings Sodbusters.
Well, you got your right guys in the lineup coming up. Cale Jensen with 2 triples, and your next 2 guys have also reached twice each person.
As the right-hander versus the left-hander. Cale Jensen, what a day. Would have had a home run at pretty much any other park, certainly in the Independence League, and I will venture to say anywhere in Nebraska he would have had a home run as he tripled into the right center field gap just below the 405. Swings and fouls it off here. 1 ball and 1 strike. So not a multi-hit game. It's a multi-triple game. That doesn't happen a whole lot in your career. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored for the Sodbuster left fielder, and he hits this one hard, but foul, and it hits so hard it bounces right back to the pitcher. Did it hit off the facing of the dugout?
It was somewhere just past the dugout on a piece of metal somewhere because it clanged and went right back to Miller on the mound.
So Miller ahead in the count here against Jensen. Jensen seeing the ball pretty well, fouls this one back to the screen. It's still 1-2, and you mentioned a good spot in the lineup. Welsh has walked twice. Greaves has walked twice. Wilson has singled and doubled. Miller has been on base 3 times. So the guys coming up have had good success, but in baseball, you don't make it happen every time. Cale Jensen goes down on strikes.
Can't win them all. Looked like an elevated fastball there for Miller, and Jensen couldn't resist it up there. A couple of strikeouts and triples could end the night for Jensen. Might have another opportunity later.
Quietly, Ethan Miller has put together a little bit of a run as he has retired 4 in a row. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Shortstop's got it off the bat of the first baseman Tanner Welch, and he's out. 6-3 on the putout as ball taken by the shortstop has looked pretty good. Talon Field, 2 outs in the inning. It's been errorless baseball after they made that scoring change, and now Jude Greaves is up there. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored. So really an entertaining game. A lot of twists and turns in this one. Didn't know if we'd ever see a ball put in play by the Hastings Sodbusters in a wacky first couple of innings that saw almost all strikeouts and walks. But we've seen maybe a return to normalcy in this baseball game as the pitch across for strike, and when all is said and done, it's a 5-5 deadlock getting late here at Duncan Field. Ethan Miller brings it home. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Greaves. And remember that 5th inning, the Sodbusters came to an end. They got the RBI single from Joey Hecker, but then he was caught between first and second, and that almost feels like that play has turned the momentum back in favor of the Bison just a little bit, because they have done nothing offensively, and they will go down 1-2-3 for the 2nd straight inning as Greaves watches it go by, and Hastings does nothing in the 6th or 7th. It is a 5-5 deadlock. We head to the 8th. We'll hear more from Ryan when we come back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Out of the final 2 innings here at Duncan Field, the Hastings Sodbusters and the Bison are tied at 5, and once again it's Ryan Valenta.
Here come the dizzy bat contestants down the left side of your screen. One is down and almost does a whole somersault, and it's the lady gonna win. Oh, we almost had another back pedal fall down. Our favorite contest, the dizzy bat race, here on Sodbuster Baseball, and they will have a new pitcher on the mound. This is Josh West, the righty out of Cologne, Michigan, playing ball at Division III Alma College. And for Josh West, he will make his 4th appearance. He joined the team earlier this month. He's made 3 appearances and 1 start. Last out 6 days ago against the Oahe Zap, where he started and took the loss. Against the Zap, he was tattooed for 8 runs on 5 hits, a couple walks, and a strikeout. Has an ERA of 7.50. His previous 2 appearances did not allow an earned run in the previous 3 innings. This pitching change, once again, brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. Visit joyridepedalco.com for your next potential night out here in the city of Hastings. 5-5 is the score as the Bison tied it up last inning on offense with an RBI single with 2 outs. And the Bison are back up here in the 8th. They've got in their lineup the middle part of it coming up towards the bottom, 6, 7, and 8 to be exact. And Josh West, he is on for the 4th time, and he will come in relief of Nate Fisher, who worked 3 pretty strong innings in relief, and he matched his season high in innings pitched in a game and was just about a couple pitches short of his season high in pitches in an outing. Curtis Lindsey, the first to dig in against Josh West. Otherwise, it looks like the defense is pretty much the same. There's a pop-up on the infield on the very first pitch, and Drew Vega makes the catch. Curtis Lindsey, 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's Remington Hart, tonight's beer batter. He obliged of a strikeout in the last inning that he was in, coming up in the 6th. So the Sodbusters have now struck out the beer batter in all 3 games in this homestand so far. They'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. Hart today, 1 for 3. He doubled back in the 2nd, which is a 2-strike double. Pitches outside to make it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Remington Hart, one of the All-Independence League names this summer. He's appeared in all 12 games for the Bison. Just recorded his 6th hit back in his first at-bat. Cuts through the low pitch to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. The West pitch, not close to make it 2-2. Bison last night were bidding for their first win of the year, where they held a brief 1-run lead against Fremont. They couldn't, it was multiple runs actually, they couldn't make it stick. Pitch downstairs and the count runs full. Josh West, a tall customer on the mound. And he'll put it in play. Does Hart down the left field line. The infielders racing over. Who's going to call it? It's going to be Cale Jensen. He does make the headlong catch. The shortstop Miller, the third baseman Hecker were there, but it's Jensen to make the grab.
And Jensen avoiding disaster because I think Chase Miller called off Joey Hecker. They were in turn called off by Jensen. Miller ran into Hecker. They bear hugged, and somehow Jensen avoided all that to make the catch.
Nobody worse for wear, thank goodness. So quickly 2 up and 2 down for West in this top of the 8th inning. Taking ball 1 downstairs is Talon Field. The shortstop's had a nice night in the field. Also a base hit to his credit, which drove in a run back in the 4th. Pitch from West, called a strike on the outside corner. Field coming into tonight's game only had 2 hits in 28 at-bats. He's going to be an incoming freshman to the Oregon Ducks. His frame doesn't scream Division I build by any means, but we saw how fast he got down the line on a ground ball in his first at-bat in the 2nd, so he's got some serious speed. And a late strike called, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Outside, and the count will run full, 3-2. West looking for a clean 1-2-3 inning. He's a pitch away. The pitch. Got him swinging. And the tag applied for the final out. So strikeouts and a couple fly ball outs. Nothing doing for the Bison as both teams go down 1-2-3 in their respective at-bats in the past inning. Getting late, spot of the 8th. Sodbusters would love a run to take the lead after this.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Bottom of the 8th inning. The Bison are hanging around 0-12, but oh so close to potentially getting win number 1 tonight. The Bison got the win against the Sodbusters in the first of a 2-game series last year rather, in Grand Island. No Grand Island trip for the Sodbusters this year. That was the annual Ryder Park trip. Bison got the win in that game. Sodbusters came from behind to get the win in the next game of that series. And if they want to keep the Bison winless, Sodbusters would need at least 1 run in these final 2 at-bats. Potentially, Zane Wilson, Chase Miller, Joey Hecker, the scheduled hitters. Wilson down the line foul. And for Wilson, we mentioned he had his 5th inning at-bat ruling overturned from an E9 to a straight double. That was one that went just over the head of Josh Day in right field. A little bit of miscommunication between him and his center fielder. But he's given a hit all the way now. So for Zane Wilson, his first multi-hit game of the year with a single and a double. Ethan Miller still on the mound for the Bison. Shaves off an edge, called a strike, 2-2. Miller at 59 pitches on his outing. It has just been him and the starter Sam Benz. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters have gone with 3 pitchers. Time is called. A plastic bag has found its way into left field.
Thought it was a beach ball there for a moment. What are we at, the College World Series? And It was an interesting dynamic. I don't know if you noticed, coming down the left field line, every Sodbuster pitcher, except the one who's warming up now, came to the dugout. So you expect them to get a little bit loud. You know, it's the 8th inning, trying to get a rally. You may hear a little bit more coming from this dugout as the Sodbusters try to find a way.
2-2 to Wilson outside. Good take on the breaking ball that just missed the back door by Miller.
So the dugout is full. And if Miller reaches, it's going to be really, or I should say if Wilson reaches, it's going to be really loud.
Foul ball off the bat of Wilson. Might have ticked the catcher, Jaden Santiago, but it appears to be A-OK. No defensive replacements or any pinch hitters as of yet. So then again, the Bison don't have a ton of guys on the bench. Pitch is popped up. On the infield, the second baseman, Rhett Rogers, waiting for it to come down, and he gets it in his glove. And that's how the Sodbusters will start the 8th inning with a lazy fly ball out.
And the dugout is quiet. Find a way. Get your own momentum, guys. Let's go.
Chase Miller, the second batter of the 8th inning. Miller with a hit tonight. Sodbusters with 7 hits. The Bison with 8. Miller, cue shot, foul towards the first base dugout. Miller with a double last night and an RBI. He's got a double, a walk, and a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch tonight. Miller got caught in a rundown back in the 5th inning. That was when Joey Hecker hit his RBI single to score Zane Wilson. And Hecker got caught in a rundown. Miller tried to sneak home, but was tagged out. Bases empty, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Londart, 2 balls and 1 strike. Miller, the 8th place batter. Joey Hecker waits on deck. Then, if we get that far, the top of the order. Pitch is low and in, and a hitter's count for Miller. Sodbusters, as the home team, are guaranteed at least another inning of at-bats, depending on the outcome of this one. The 3-1, outside, ball 4. Chase Miller, he's had himself a nice couple of games, been very, very patient at the plate. His second walk tonight, after he was walked 3 times on Monday night. So here comes Joey Hecker, who's had one of the big hits in the game. Hecker smoked a ball to right field in the 5th to score the run, which ended up giving the Sodbusters the lead at that point in time. The Bison would tie it up in the 7th inning on a 2-out RBI single. Hecker 1 for 3. Strikeout and a flyout his other trips tonight. Chase Miller on base represents the go-ahead run. Miller the long set on the mound and dumps it across for strike 1. There is left-handed action in the Hastings bullpen. Josh West was on for the 8th, but it might be a southpaw on for the 9th. Meanwhile, Ethan Miller continues to pitch away. There goes Miller on the run from first. Pitches the ball, throw down is not in time, and Miller crashes into the shortstop, Duncan Field. And Miller a little bit slow to get up, but he steals the base.
And how big is this game? How big is every game during this stretch? The left-handed reliever is Creighton Jacobitz, getting ready to go for the Hastings Sodbusters, their ace who's been a starter every game this year.
It would be his first time out of the pen if he does come out. The 2-1 pitch outside, and it's 3-1 on Joey Hecker. Hecker, an incoming freshman to Washington State, picked up his 5th hit this evening. Number 6 would be pretty sweet right now. Hitters count for Miller. It's ball 4. I think the home plate umpire fooled everybody there. Hecker and I think the pitcher and catcher thought it was going to be called a strike. but the Sodbusters will take it.
And you don't want to throw the bat away until you know it's ball four.
Yes.
So there was that awkward pause, like whether you're asking for that kiss on the first date or not. No, okay, I'm going to now just now I'm going to throw the bat away.
Sounds like you're talking from experience, Steve.
Shut up. It's been a long time.
I was about to say, Drew Vega lines it into left field. Here comes Cole Barta diving and making the catch. The Bison left fielder might have just saved the game for the moment. What a grab. Headlong dive. Perfect play for the second out.
Saves one. If it goes by him, probably 2 runs. And now it'll be up to Jet Hannaford, who has scuffled today, trying to find a way to put one into the outfield. A base hit could still score the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th.
And Jet Hannaford, who has struck out 3 times, they're going to stick with him. First and second with 2 outs on a sensational play by the Bison left fielder Cole Barta. Hannaford fouling it back to the screen. His other at-bat, he sacrificed bunted himself back in the 4th. Miller's got great speed at seconds. A hit to the outfield would likely give Hastings the lead. Ethan Miller, on the other hand, trying to keep this a tie game. A long set, and now the delivery. A fly ball, shallow right field. Coming in is Josh Day. He puts the squeeze on it. And we are destined to go to the 9th inning, still tied at 5. It is still anybody's game. Sodbusters and Bison return. This nail-biter is right back on the Sodbusters YouTube network.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Final inning of play. Or is it? We will find out as this game remains a 5-5 tie. Both teams cannot score in the 8th inning. Sodbusters had the go-ahead run in scoring position, but it'll be Josh West to tangle with 9, 1, and 2 of the Bison lineup. The Bison can find a way in front here. They would have their best shot of winning their first game of the year. Closest game that they have had of some kind of that nature. They led 6-0 over Spearfish after 1 inning of play. A few weeks ago, Sam Benz lays down a bunt. They're going to let it go foul. Good play by Jude Greaves to be patient and let that one go foul. Temptation is there to pick it up and throw it to first. You risk throwing it away or the runner beating it. You'll live to see another day. Or another pitch, rather. Sam Benz, today's starting pitcher and the designated hitter now, as he has departed his time on the mounds, had a nice night. Couple of hits and an RBI bases loaded walk. He is yet to be retired at the plate, but he's been erased on the base paths twice. Pitch is swung on and missed at the bottom of the zone. Josh West, after a 1-2-3 inning, back out for a much-deserved second inning of work. So Ben's 2 for 2, but West way ahead. The righty to the lefty. Fly ball to center, hit deep, but Jet Hannaford is backpedaling. He's got it. Pretty well struck ball on an 0-2 pitch. That leads to the first out of the 9th.
Benz can play a little bit, and a big first out, top of the order coming up. still not out of this, trying to find a way to get it to the bottom of the ninth to win it there.
Josh West about low 80s on the fastball and a slider in the middle 70s. Our Flight Scope stats, once again, brought to you by Eagle Distributing. Now the top of the order, right down there for Rhett Rogers, strike one. Bison now making their 5th time through the batting lineup. Rogers 0 for 3. He has reached base once on a walk. Another beautiful pitch on the black to make it 0-2. Sodbusters have their same defense. Neither team has put in a sub of any kind tonight. 0-2 pitch. Low and away. It's been here's my 9 guys against your 9 guys. Let's see what happens. It's been a well-played game for both sides. The 1-2 well outside to Rogers. Came into tonight's game a 135 hitter. Played 7 games for Avila University. The Eagles down in Kansas City. Only appeared in 7 games. Just a bit high. Maybe if Rogers is a couple of inches taller, that might be a strike. Crowd mulling about here at Duncan, hoping to see a comeback win. Sodbusters led 3-0 after 3. Then the Bison tacked on 4 runs in the 4th as they sent 9 men to the plate and scored on 4 hits and a couple of walks. 3 walks to be exact. Time is called before the 2-2 pitch is delivered. Top of the Bison lineup. They've got 8 hits tonight. Sodbusters have 7. West staring in. Couple leg taps and the set. Got him looking, strike 3. Rogers doesn't agree with the call, but he is sent back to the dugouts. The second strikeout for Josh West on a perfectly placed fastball.
Now, West had a little bit of arm soreness after one of his outings, but his PT has worked well, and he's looked very sharp here in his relief outing today.
That is 5 up and 5 down, a total of 6 up and 6 down if you count back to Nate Fisher's final out in the 7th. And now it's up to Louis Coca to try and get a 9th inning rally started for the Bison. If he can get retired here, you love the Sodbusters' chances with all the momentum. Swings right through the fastball, about 80 miles an hour for the Sodbuster reliever. Had a rough outing his last time out in the starts, but looking at nothing but money tonight. 1-2 pitch after that one's fouled back to the screen. Looking ahead to the home half of the 9th. 3, 4, and 5, your perfect guys you want up with a chance to walk it off. 1-2 pitch, low, and the count will go to 2-2. For the Bison, Louis Coca is hitless today. He's lined into a double play, struck out, flown out, and been hit by a pitch. 2-2, just missed. I was going to say, I'm looking over at Flight Scope. That had it in the zone. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Daniel Roth wasn't good enough for him.
Well, Jude Greaves didn't catch it. That was one of the reasons that it probably is not going to get called strike 3.
Here's a payoff. Just got a piece of it, and we'll do it again. West atop the hill again, trying to close out this top of the 9th. In order. 3-2. Another foul ball. Other action in the Independence League. The Oahe Zap have beaten the Fremont Moo. They continue their red-hot second half to the start of the second half. And up in Casper, it is 9-2 Spuds over the Sasquatch. Pitch is high for ball 4. And there will be no back-to-back 1-2-3 inning. First base runner to reach against West, and here is Santiago.
So we believe Oahu's 11-5, Fremont 10-7 after that outcome. Kesper with the big lead. The game yesterday, I never did see it called final. Spearfish had a 5-2 lead, and it said delay. I'm not sure if that ever got scored a final or not.
Looks like Spearfish did get the win last night, 7-3. I know we've compared game changers on our devices too, and for some reason they're just always off. Somebody's got a final, somebody's got it still in the 7th for whatever reason. So Spearfish taking the game last night. Casper appears poised to be taking the game this evening. Santiago swings through the pitch for a 1-1 count. Still plenty of fans in the seats at Duncan as we approach 3 hours of game time. Way high, some chin music there for Santiago. He singled and scored back in the 4th. He was robbed of a base hit back in the 5th by Zane Wilson out in right field. Most recently grounding out to second base. 1 for 3. 2-1. He went around. Couldn't hold up his swing on the pitch in the turf. And credit for Jude Greaves for keeping that in front.
And we can scoreboard watch. These guys can't. How big is this game? If Hastings wins, they jump both Fremont and Casper for the time being in the standings. That's how close it is in the second half standings.
It's a 4-team or 5-team race. There's a line drive single to right field. A multi-hit game for Santiago. Runner will hold at second base. Some more 2-out magic for the Bison. It's exactly how they got their game-tying single back in the 7th.
And it's the same guy coming up here in the 9th, Cole Bardu, made that game-saving catch in the 8th inning that probably kept the go-ahead run off the board. He has a chance to be a Sodbuster killer here today as Josh Printer comes out of the Sodbuster dugout to talk with his right-hander.
And indeed, Hastings native and strictly starter so far this year, Creighton Jacobitz is continuing to throw on the mound, which is, you want to throw your best guy out there. Then again, with Adam DeBoer only going 4 innings tonight, the bullpen has done a nice job of picking up the slack since then. Josh West is 1 out away from closing out this, and figure he probably has one more batter. If I can read Josh Printer's mind right now, if I'm Printer and if I am planning on using Jacobitz, say, hey buddy, this might be your last batter. Give me a pitch that somebody can roll over on and get out of this inning.
But what a batter. Leads the team in doubles, leads the team in RBIs, tied for first in both of those categories, and has the big RBI single to his credit to tie it back in the 7th.
Barta's that single, and he's walked twice, also grounded out. First pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. Came into tonight at 241, the 4th best batting average on the team. Pitch from West, another strike. Painted it on the corner. And again, West way ahead, 0-2. Sodbusters have had trouble keeping pitches away from the strike zone, 0-2. Don't want to leave it too good for the hitter. West delivery, got him swinging. High fastball, and Barta struck out. And the Bison do not score. They strand a 2-out walk and single, and a chance to walk it off in the 9th. Sodbusters got the right guys coming up at Duncan.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Do the Sodbusters have some more walk-off magic in them? That is the question. We will find out the answer after the next few batters, or maybe more. We will find out. 5-5 the score. Bison tying it up in the 7th, but since then, no runs on the scoreboard. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, guiding you through this nail-biting finish here on this Wednesday evening. And if you thought this is good, you've got the rest of the week to come out and see some more great baseball.
We've mentioned the fact the Sodbuster bullpen has done good. How about Ethan Miller? The day he has had after a wild start for Sam Benz. Benz gets through the first 3 innings. Miller really settling the game down. Sodbusters have had a tough time putting anything consistent together, and he is working his 6th inning of relief here in the 9th.
Get this, Sam Benz threw 3 innings through 78 pitches. Miller threw 5 innings pitched, 3 less pitches.
Yeah.
Completing 2 more innings on 3 less pitches. That's how pretty efficient he has been. Jackson Crane waves and misses at strike 1. Crane trying to be aggressive early in the count. Sodbusters just need the 1. Crane has put it on the ground 3 times and also fouled out. He is 0 for 4 tonight after he had a hit and a couple of runs driven in last night. Jackson Crane quickly down 0-2. Ethan Miller. Not too often you see a reliever go 6 innings. That is what he will try to accomplish at the end of this. Sodbusters have other plans. It's Crane, Jensen, and Welsh, the scheduled hitters. Defense straight up for Jackson Crane. Outside, and a good eye to even the count at 2 balls apiece. Now you can really hear the dugout and the fans with every ball, every pitch that goes the Sodbusters' way. Some energy there. 2-2. Ball downstairs. That's the Sodbuster dugout and the fans trying to rally their team. So from 0-2 to 3-2. The pitch from Miller. Got him swinging. Went with the curveball full count pitch, and Crane swings through it.
Tip of the hat to Miller. He's already in his longest outing of the year. He had 4 2/3 innings against Oahe back on July 4th. Previous to that, or after that, 2 and 3 inning outings, and now 5 1/3 in the books.
Cale Jensen. Couple of triples and strikeouts to his name tonight. The infield and outfield will shift him over to the right side. Traditionally a pull hitter. That's where both of Jensen's triples have gone tonight. Counts no balls in 1 strike. Another one called a strike on the inside corner. Jensen drops the bat. Didn't agree too much with that call. And the count 0-2. The pitch from Miller. Up high, 1-2. So the question is, what is the plan? This game needs an extra inning. Outside, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Certainly looks like it's going to be Creighton Jacobitz. He continues to warm in the Sodbuster bullpen and would likely get the 10th.
So the count now even. That's called strike 3 on the outside corner. Jensen dejectedly drops the bat. Daniel Roth rings him up for the 2nd out of the inning.
Too many strikeouts today if you're a Sodbuster fan, as they have struggled putting it in play. And when they were scuffling offensively, it was this kind of game where you're just not giving yourself a chance. And all the credit in the world to Miller, who's mystified this team for the most part today.
Pitch downstairs to Tyler Welsh. Ethan Miller, 87 pitches, 48 of them strikes. Welsh up the middle, diving and past the shortstop Field. A single right back where it came from for Tyler Welsh, and the Sodbusters do have a base runner in the ninth.
And do you have a runner? As we see Josh Printer come in, Hastings may try to run, and it looks like they will.
Absolutely.
All the credit in the world to Tyler Welsh. Give your team a chance, but now you see if you can get somebody on there. Maybe you get a runner into scoring position and steal this one. And how about Brady Alexander? Pretty good candidate over at first.
So good thing his arm is sore, not the legs, because that is all he needs to do. See if he comes in to stay in, because the Sodbusters will have to find a new first baseman if this game does go beyond this one. Here is Jude Greaves. Couple of walks, a pop out, and a strikeout. Line drive to center. Coming in is the center fielder. Making the catches, Curtis Lindsay. Unbelievable play by the Plainsman center fielder. We have seen several full-out dives from each side tonight, and Lindsay saves the game for the moments. We're set for free baseball here at Duncan Field. 9 innings, not enough. We'll return, still tied 5-5.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Free baseball at Duncan Field. An extra inning game on our hands tonight. And Steve Stein for the 10th inning. Look who it is coming in on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters.
The ace of the staff, Creighton Jacobitz, as our pitching change is brought to you today by Joyride Pedal Company. Check him out at joyridepedalco.com. Creighton Jacobitz, his first relief outing of the year. Now, he's been a relief guy the last couple of years, so it's not a huge task for him to do this. 47 2/3 innings, a 2.95 ERA, a 4-1 record. This is a big game, and the Sodbusters putting their best out there when they need a 0 on the board. I believe we should have a tie-breaking rule. There should be a runner at second base here for the Bison to begin.
He's making his way out there slowly but surely.
Yep, and it should be Cole Barta. Barta will be the free runner at second. He was the last batter in the previous inning. Sodbusters also should have a new right fielder, and it looks like it is going to be Alexander. I think Brady Alexander has gone out to right. Or has he?
Yep, that is him.
Okay, so he's not feeling really good from an arm standpoint, but he is going to be out there, and you know how it works. The ball's going to find him in a place where he has to throw it really hard. You hope that's not the case, but he came in as a pinch runner, and you like the move for Josh Printer to put him in for Tyler Welch. It didn't turn out to be a factor after Jude Greaves lined out to center. But if that center fielder doesn't make the play and it falls, Alexander likely scores all the way from first base. So here's Josh Day. Runner at second, nobody out in a tie game, and Jacobitz looks back to second base just to try to keep that guy close. Josh Day has an RBI single to his credit back in that 4-run fourth inning. He's also been hit by a pitch 1 for 3 on the day. And now we're going to see a visit to the mound. Well, that's unusual. As Josh Printer comes out to talk strategy maybe on this particular infield setup. Have you ever seen that before a pitch is thrown?
Yeah, maybe they had something dialed up, and you just hope that this is a strategy visit and it's not an injury of any kind. Yeah, everybody out on the infield talking what's going to happen, because you have a plethora of options if you're the Bison here. Do you drop down a bunt? Josh Day's had a pretty good day at the plate, had an RBI single back in the fourth. Sodbusters need to make sure they're on the same they're on the same page. If a bunt is dropped or whatever may happen. Or if they're going to try and dial up a trick play of some sort, maybe.
Yep.
We'll see.
Like I say, Jacobitz, a relief outing is nothing new for him. He was a reliever at Cloud County, going to be headed on to Arkansas Tech. He's been nothing but a starter this summer, and what a starter he has been. 4-1 record, leads the team in innings pitched, leads the team with 45 strikeouts. And squaring to bunt. Look back to second again. Nothing happening as Josh Day had already squared. And right now looks like the Bison are going to be playing small Bison ball as they try to get the runner over to third. See how they play it with Trey Martin coaching at third base. Here's the pitch. Taken for a strike on the inside corner. Really good one for Jacobitz. No balls and a strike on Josh Day. How big is this game? You put the ace out there for the 10th inning in a game that Sodbusters need to find a way to get. Trying to move up 2 spots in the Independence League today for the time being. With Casper losing yesterday, Fremont losing today, you have a chance to jump both of those teams and go 4 games over 500 in the second half. If you lose this one, you're 2 games over 500, and you're still in 5th place of the 5 teams battling for that playoff spot. 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed 1-2. Strikeout huge in extra innings with that runner at second to begin the inning. If you could find a way to get it done, Creighton Jacobitz, the Adams Central graduate. A 1-2 delivery forthcoming. Just missed inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Josh Day. Runner at second, nobody out, extra innings, bonus baseball. It began a while ago as we're now at 9:30. Coming up on 3 hours. Those first few innings drug on a bit. Lots of pitches in the first 4 innings of this contest. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a big out, number 1 in the 10th as Josh Day goes down on strikes.
Pulled the string, and Jacobitz went to the breaking ball there, and that's the beauty of his delivery. It looks like he's almost effortlessly throwing on the mound, so sometimes as a hitter it's very hard to pick up on his different pitches there. But back-to-back off-speed pitches. Could have asked for a better outcome at the plate.
Curtis Lindsey up there now, 1 for 4. He singled and scored a run as part of that 4-run 4th inning, which turned the game around after the Sodbusters had taken a 3-0 lead. Hastings regained the lead at 5-4, but the Bison tied it in the 7th with a single run with 2 outs. Here we are, top of the 10th. Jacobitz set to go for an 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes. And what a difference, too. You bring in Jacobitz. You've had Adam DeBoer. You've had Nate Fisher, Josh West, a trio of right-handers, and Jacobitz. Totally different approach. These guys have not seen him at all this year, trying to find a way to work a scoreless top of the 10th. And a big 0-2 pitch forthcoming. Brings it home. Called strike 3 right down the middle. Lindsey was looking for something else, and that was not it. Went with the fastball when everybody was expecting some sort of breaker. 2 outs.
That pitch was at the top of the zone, but clearly a strike according to Flight Scope. Not sure what Lindsey was looking for there. And 0-2 maybe as a batter, you think you're going to get something off speed. Wrong answer.
Remington Hart, big swing, no contact. No balls and 1 strike as Jacobitz trying to work a scoreless 10th and give his offense a chance. It'll be the bottom of the order coming up, but don't let that discourage you. The bottom of the order has been really good today about getting on. 0-1 delivery. Right there for strike 2, and Creighton Jacobitz a strike away from striking out the side, but that wouldn't be the big stat. The big stat would be a 0 on the scoreboard. Make it good, but not too good for Remington Hart, who does have a double to his credit in the game. That came back in the 2nd. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss! Creighton Jacobitz, 3 up, 3 down. Hastings tries to win it in the bottom of the 10th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Out of the bottom of the 10th, it's another pitching change as the Sodbusters try to win it. Bison baseball going to go with River Walters. He's a Bismarck State product. 0-2, an 18.0 ERA, making his 4th appearance in 7 innings, allowing 18 runs on 21 hits, striking out 7, walking 7. The pitching change is sponsored by Joyride Pedal Company. If you want to pedal and drink, then you can do that. Joyride Pedal Company. Check them out. All the details at joyridepedalco.com. Sodbusters are going to have Wilson, Miller, and Hecker coming up. They will have Jude Greaves at second base. And you're thinking, oh, that's the catcher. Well, Jude Greaves can run a little bit. You're probably not running for him, a guy who has done a decent job, 3 for 4 in stolen bases this year.
And the Sodbusters, you like the chances against Walters. You mentioned his line, Steve. His past 2 outings, he has given up at least 7 runs in 2 innings and 3 innings, respectively, in those outings. And both of those were starts. All the Sodbusters need is some fundamental baseball because you have the winning run in scoring position with nobody else.
He will not give up 7 runs today because the Sodbusters just need 1. They would just take a little blooper, find a way to get that run home, as Hastings will have Wilson, who has his first multi-hit game of the summer and is swinging the bat better as of late. Good to see him find a way to kind of recapture his spring magic. He played pretty well for Saginaw Valley State. First pitch inside. Wild pitch would be okay. Try to get that runner to third. This would be ball 1 from River Walters. Walters, again, a Bismarck State product. Right-hander against the left-handed hitting Wilson. High for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Don't change your approach. Just do what you do. Hastings has struck out a lot today during this little streak. They have done a good job of being hit by the pitch, of walking and manufacturing runs. Just trying to play small ball here as the pitch is swung on. Good swing, but foul back. It's 2 balls and a strike.
I think Wilson might like to have that pitch back right there. Center cut fastball, and you're definitely looking for that 1-2-0. Just a bit off target.
2-1 the count. Runner at second base. Nobody out. Bottom of the 10th. Here's the pitch. Just above the zone. Borderline pitch, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And a walk isn't the worst if you're the Bison. Sets up a double play. And 3-1 the count now on Zane Wilson. Wilson pops it a mile high into right field. Will that advance the runner? The catch is made. Tagging is Greaves. Here's the throw. It'll be cut off. So Wilson does the job, at least advances the runner to third. With only 1 man out, it'll be up to Miller and Hecker to try to win it for the Sodbusters.
There was no question there whether Greaves was going or not at second. He went up and tagged right away, waited for the perfect opportunity, and he was in at third easily. Take another one of those right there. Pretty much anything to the outfield, probably win the game here as the infield will come in.
Chase Miller has not been retired at the plate today. He has walked. He's been hit by a pitch. Walked again. He has an infield single. The infield is in, and it's strike 1 to Chase Miller. Miller doing better at the plate as he's gotten more playing time, maybe finding a little bit of a rhythm. Still sub 200 coming into today, though. Another Saginaw Valley Stater. 0-1 delivery on the way. Strike 2. Now you're going to have to protect 2 really good pitches coming from River Walters. It's another candidate for a pretty darn good name here in the Independence League. River Walters. Runner at third. 1 out, Sodbusters tied up. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just misses inside. And Buster fans can breathe a little sigh of relief. It's 1-2.
Flight Scope says barely missed. I wouldn't take that one again, though.
So did Daniel Roth. 1-2 delivery. Blooper into center field. It is going to be caught. And no chance for advancement. Center fielder playing in, realizing the only chance he has is to play shallow, and Curtis Lindsay takes another run off the board for the Sodbusters. He had a layout last inning. He has a shoe top grab here, and there are 2 outs now for Joey Hecker.
Unbelievable play. Lindsay covering all sorts of ground out in center field. Can't blame Greaves for not tagging there. It was super shallow. Likely wouldn't have scored anyway if he had tagged.
Here's Joey Hecker at the plate now. First pitch swinging, line drive, base hit. Sodbusters win it. The youngster Joey Hecker with his biggest Sodbuster moment. It's a celebration over between first and second. Hastings walks it off for the 4th time this year. Hastings 6, Bison 5. A huge win to continue the win streak to send them up the ladder in the Independence League second half standings. And Hastings does it. Solid relief pitching and Joey Hecker, a multi-hit game and the game-winning RBI. 6-5, Hastings with the win as Jude Greaves scores the winning run for the Sodbusters. We'll get the perspective of Ryan Valenta on this one, hear from the head coach, as we'll have Josh Printer on and discuss this 6-5 victory over the Bison. I'm Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Looks for the Hastings Sodbusters as they overcome an early, I don't even know what to call the game early. It was all sorts of crazy, only walks and strikeouts through the first couple of innings. The Sodbusters take the lead, the Bison take it back. Sodbusters take it, the Bison take it back, and it all is said is done. The Sodbusters get the walk-off win tonight, 6-5, the final or 4th walk-off of the season. Steve, we were in the midst of it, and this one of the longer games tonight. Coach Printer told us last night was long, this game even longer, but the guys found a way to get the win tonight.
It seems a little shorter when you find a way to get the victory. And like I say, how big was this game? Every game's important, but you knew that Josh Printer could see the importance of this one when he put his ace
out there in the bullpen. We're thinking, man, if this goes extra innings, we're going to see Creighton Jacobitz, and we did. And through only 11 pitches, strikes out the side to give the team the opportunity in the bottom of the 10th that looked for the world like we were going to the 11th. But Joey Hecker, his biggest moment as a Sodbuster, a 2-hit game, a 2 RBI game, and he walks it off for the Hastings Sodbusters. And I don't care who you're playing, it's fun to walk it off, and it's fun to keep that winning streak going, and you put yourself in position as you move up the standings in this Independence League second half.
Especially for the Bison, still hungry for their first win. They fall to 0-13. Sodbusters improved to 24-16, and they have now extended their winning streak to 4 consecutive games as they will go for the series win tomorrow. But just going back to those first few couple of innings, it was for the first time through the lineup, 9 batters, only 1 person put the ball in play. That was Jackson Crane. You get back to him, he puts it in play again, and then finally the ball put in play by Cale Jensen was the first base hit of the night. Lots of walks to start it off. The Bison starter had 7 walks. He only got 3 runs and 2 hits off of him. He felt like he could have had a little bit more on that. Sodbusters not playing as good a situational baseball as they did last night and the night before versus the Prospects, but still got it done tonight. And how about Joey Hecker, like Steve mentioned, a 2 RBI singles, including the game winner in that game, or in the 10th inning. But you got to give credit to the Bison. That's diving catch out in center field. Got to the game 1 out closer, potential of going to an 11th inning, perhaps. But Joey Hecker, the walk-off hero tonight, and the gamble pays off. We've seen all sorts of different methods of trying to win a ball game for head coach Josh Printer this season. And, throwing out your guy who has only been starting this whole season, Creighton Jacobitz, who strikes out the side. Josh West quieted down the Bison offense, and Nate Fisher had a decent outing too after Adam DeBoer struggled. Obviously, he didn't have a very good outing by his standards, but the bullpen got it done tonight.
Yeah, it was a bullpen day for both teams. I mean, you look at the struggle that their starter had, but how about the job, a little honorable mention for the Bison reliever as Miller comes on, works 6 innings, only allows the 2 runs to get his team into the 10th inning. And so really the bullpen on both sides, both coaches probably have to be happy with that aspect of the game. Both coaches probably lamenting the missed opportunities. You mentioned the fact that Sodbusters, given 7 walks those first 3 innings, unable to really put the game on ice there. And then even in the 4-run inning for the Bison, they scored 4. They have the bases loaded, only 1 out. They end up hitting into 3 straight line out or pop out double plays during that span. So the Sodbusters, in a lot of ways, fortunate to still be in the game. Down 4-3. It being only a 1-run game was pretty big. They take the lead, couldn't hold it as the Bison battle back to get it tied, and then high drama late with the Sodbusters walking it off in the 10th inning.
And that 4th inning, too, like Steve mentioned, bases loaded, 1 out. You get the line drive double play right back to the pitcher. Sodbusters able to use a little bit of that momentum. Josh Printer, he can tell us a little bit more about it. 4th walk-off win of the year. Never a doubt, right? How does it feel to get this one tonight?
It was really good. Really excited for Zane. That was Zane's last game. Had a heck of a day yesterday, and then carried that over into today. And could be more proud of him. It's got to be a good feeling ending the summer on that high note. So really, really happy for him. Ended up doing a big job there in the bottom of the 10th there to move him up. But I mean, bottom of the lineup the last 2 days been phenomenal. And then everyone. Adam struggled a little bit there in the 4th, but other than that, 1, 2, 3. First 3 innings was really good, and then struggled throwing strikes a little bit in the 4th. But everyone came in and picked him up. Really good from Fish, throwing 3 innings there. And then Josh came in for 2 and had 2 really good innings. And then Creighton, man, I mean, just 1, 2, 3 there, and gave us all the momentum going into the bottom of the 10th. So just really excited, really happy for the guys.
I had the first question. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I talk about the move to go to Jacobitz. What about that? You have the ace. How big a game was this? Creighton Jacobitz comes out and works the 10th.
So he's been on me all summer. It's funny. Creighton's been on me all summer about trying to come in and close one game, and I think he did it very early on in the season this year, and he's been itching for another close opportunity. And I told him before the game to be ready that I'll just treat it like a bullpen for him. He's got a couple days till his next start. So anyway, but he's itching, and I told him, I went down there and I said, I told him earlier in the game that be ready for the 9th, and then ended up Josh having a really good 8th and So I threw him back out there with a couple righties coming up, and Josh did phenomenal there. And then told Creighton we were going to him in the 10th, and really good job. I mean, we wanted to see if they were bunting with a couple inside moves there, and they were, and then they ended up taking it off. But really, really, really good job from Creighton, just executing pitches. I mean, just all the confidence in the world, and he wanted it, and no better feeling for a coach to throw someone out there that's itching for the ball. So.
Very weird start to the game, too. The first 11 batters, only one guy puts the ball in play. It's either walk, strikeout. That's one thing that we haven't seen in a while. Did you realize that was happening? What was the first inning like in your perspective?
First inning, I'm trying to think of that. What all happened there?
Well, first 3 innings when we're striking out and walking almost every time. Nobody was putting the ball in play.
Yeah, I did remember looking up, and we had no hits in the third. So, yeah, just finding ways to get on base at the same time. I mean, can't take nothing away from that because, I mean, the last couple games as well, we've had quite a few walks and hit by pitches. So just finding ways on, and however that comes about, I mean, we'll take it. We need base runners, and we can do a lot of things, running, bunting, and just some weird. The last 2 games and then this one, they've been weird, man. I mean, I don't know, but just happy we came back out on top, and just Creighton there at the end. I mean, that was huge. Brought us all the momentum there, and then the bottom of the lineup. I mean, honestly, like I was so excited. The bottom of the lineup the last 2-3 games have been really phenomenal, and then we ended up having them in the bottom of the 10th there, and I just had all the confidence in the world that we were going to get it done. So.
I think we mentioned the fact, well, the bottom of the lineup coming up, but don't be discouraged because those guys have done the job. And how about Joey Hecker, 2 RBI singles, including the walk-off winner in the 10th? It looks like he's maybe feeling a little confident now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going to the Division I for a reason, and just all the confidence in the world. He comes out for BP every day, and he's always ready to go, always itching to play, and just really, really excited and happy for him.
All right, so you got another game going for the series win tomorrow. Any specific part of the game that you'd like to see maybe improve a little bit better?
Just make sure we limit the big innings. I think if we limit the big innings, we'll make sure we give ourselves a chance to win there. But, I mean, heck of a job by Adam to get out of that with 1 out, bases loaded. I mean, first summer up here, he came as a 2-way, and just having an athlete on the mound to snag both of those double plays were huge. And I actually won't be here. I got a wedding, so I won't be here the next couple of days. But Scott and Corey will take care of it, and all the trust in them. And if we just continue to play like we've been, and we just come ready to go and don't take no one for granted, I like our chances. So,
lost in the drama today, a multi-triple game for Cale Jensen. What about that? I mean, we kind of forget about the fact, he had a multi-hit game. No, he had a multi-triple game and scored twice. Needed every run today. Talk about his effort at the plate.
I really could have. Well, first and foremost, he was seeing everything. He hit a fastball, hit a changeup, was on everything, and I definitely, his second triple, I definitely could have sent him there, but with nobody out, there's no reason to, so that's a reason on that. But I wanted to. In the back of my mind afterwards, I was thinking about it'd be pretty small company probably with over the fence home run here at Duncan, then also an inside the Parker. So that did cross my mind afterwards, but no reason to push nothing with nobody out there, but.
And he scored, so you made the right decision. So,
That's right.
All right, so don't have too much fun this weekend. And we appreciate it as always. Head coach Josh Printer on our post-game show. As he just mentioned, and we forgot to mention as well, he'll be at a wedding for the weekend down back closer to home, I believe. So it's going to be the old Scott Galusha. He'll be taking the helm of the team for the rest of the weekend. Take a look at your final numbers as we end this night on a walk-off high notes. Steve mentioned the two triple game for Cale Jensen. He gets a multi-hit game. Zane Wilson, a nice swan song. You just heard from Josh Printer saying that it was his last game as a Sodbuster, so a double for him. And then he got the sacrifice fly that ended up being getting the base runner over to third to record the walk-off win, so super cool for him. Tyler Welsh had a hit. Chase Miller had a hit. And, of course, Joey Hecker with the 2-hit game. The final one records the win. Creighton Jacobitz gets the win on the mound, pitching the scoreless 10th inning. Adam DeBoer, Nate Fisher, Josh West pitch in relief for the Sodbusters tonight for the Bison baseball squad. It was Santiago with the multi-hit game. Sam Benz also had multi-hit game, and credit them, they had 7 of their 9 starters also getting a hit tonight, and their bid for victory for the first time falls just short. River Walters ends up taking the loss, but huge hats off to Ethan Miller, the reliever for the Bison squad. 6 innings, only allowing 2 hits, scattering 6 hits, 2 runs rather, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Their pitching staff ends up combining for 10 strikeouts. They did walk 9, so it was kind of feast or famine. The Sodbusters got it done. A little bit closer than you would have liked it to tonight, Steve, but 4-game win streak's got to feel pretty good, and hopefully this is a message that this team's going to take it to you tomorrow, too. You got to keep it going.
Yep, just 1 game at a time, and again, you got that little win streak going, but tomorrow's a new day, and just try to find a way to put this one behind you and get tomorrow.
6:35, same time tomorrow against the Bison, second of the 3-game series. We'll be here 6:35 the rest of the week if you want to mark your calendar down. We'll have plenty of college baseball here at Duncan Field for the rest of the week. On behalf of Steve Stein, myself, Ryan Valenta, Mason Hinrichs, our producer, Connor and Noah running the scenes on our next press box over. We appreciate all the work they do in making this possible. We're signing off for this Wednesday night. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Have a happy rest of your evening.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the